Barakatah Yahweh Yahweh. And of course, and if Christ chose me to be his chosen people, then I gotta ask myself a question. Why am I in the why am I in the world hating my brother? Second 2:1 say gather yourselves together. And another thing is, why was I, if you know me and know my personal walk in the world, then I live a whole totally different life than what I'm doing now. So Black history to me is everything. I'm doing what I'm doing now just to show the Lord that, look, I'm sorry for what I did in the past. You know what I'm saying? I repent from that and I don't do that no more. And now I'm just hoping that he look at me and my life and choose to overlook what I've done in the past and say, okay, this brother put me in work and raising up, helping to raise up schools and raise up his people. You know what I'm saying? You read the book of the Maccabees brothers, and these brothers refused to sin. They refused to eat that pork. You know what I'm saying? That give you a spirit of warriorship. You know what I'm saying? I always had that spirit, but I was using it towards something else. You know what I'm saying? I was using it against my brothers and my sister. You know what I'm saying? And you read certain things in the Bible, like when Eleazar, he ran towards an elephant and killed the elephant, but it had the Persians over there on top. You know what I'm saying? And he killed himself. You looking like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Like like the spirits that the Most High put on us. I could understand how now that when you look at black and brown people in the world, how they are the way they are, is because they got that spirit of warfare, but they don't have the knowledge of the Lord. So when you take the knowledge of the Lord with that spirit of warfare and you use it towards what you want, towards what the Most High asked you to use it for, then man, we can be unstoppable. You know what I'm saying? You can see the ISUPK, we growing and growing every day. You know what I'm saying? You see brothers getting raised up to troopers and officers every day. That means the Lord really with this place. You know what I'm saying? Satan tried to destroy this place a couple times. You know what I'm saying? Since 1969, the ISUPK been here, been standing strong under command of General Yahanna. And so I'm just happy to be a soldier in the Lord's army. You know what I'm saying? Black history in the Bible is, you know what I'm saying, everything to me, because the Most High could have done away with us and chose not, you know what I'm saying, not to be with us for us sinning. And now that I got a chance to help build the Lord's army and become something and someone and show my kids, you know what I'm saying, teach them something different, man, I can't, you know what I'm saying, I can't ask for nothing more than that. I'd be ungrateful to ask to be something, you know what I'm saying? So I know I ain't got the most money. I ain't in the best position in life right now here in America. But like the scriptures say, even though you are poor, you are rich because of who you are, because of what blood runs through you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm grateful, very grateful. And me personally, I had a step outside of the truth. Why I even was caught with a handgun and did some time in jail. Went through there and taught as well. You know what I'm saying? So the truth is everything to me. Anywhere I go, I understand that when I got that oil poured on me, you know what I'm saying? Like when I went to jail, I'm like, man, I'm still a priest. I still gotta raise this yard up out here. And you know what I'm saying? That made me feel better with myself. You know what I'm saying? And man, just being a part of this priesthood, you know what I'm saying? This priesthood, this army, you know what I'm saying? What we building right here on earth, because this is what heaven would be anyway, right here on earth. So we building our army right here, the Lord's army, and we just, you know what I'm saying? I'm just happy and grateful that the Lord has chosen me, you know what I'm saying, to be one of the people who help do this. Scripture say that, the work is plenty, you know what I'm saying, but it's not many workers. I'm, paraphrasing or whatever. I'm just glad to be one of the workers.
He parted the Red Sea, and the entire nation of Israel walked out of slavery.
The ISUPK presents the Lord's 57th annual Passover, April 4th, 2026, in Houston, Texas. You do not want to miss this one, Israel. Shalom. It's that time of year. We're going to be in Houston, Texas from April 1st to April 5th, celebrating the Lord's 57th annual Passover under Commanding General Yahanna. Jam-packed, full of events, line dancing, fishing, horseback riding, rides for the kids, bounce houses, and the annual lamb slaughter held at the BH Ranch. And it ain't no party like the all-black party, the annual all-black party. 14149 Player Street in Houston, Texas. You know it's going to be lit. All leading up to Saturday, April 4th, the Lord's 57th annual Passover. You still got time. Go to isupk.com to pay your Passover fee. 18 and over, $200. You do not want to miss the Lord's 57th annual Passover. Houston, Texas. Shalom.
Shalom Israel Roundtable of Truth interviews, you know what I'm saying? And today, got a very special interview, the water, if I could, General Muhammad, you know what I'm saying? Bless us with his presence right now. So first off, I want to say, General, how you doing so far?
I'm outstanding. I'm outstanding. How are you doing?
Kawakasa, I'm too wild, sir.
Good to be here.
Kawakasa. So first off, I just want to say, you can talk about the New York cookout, what we got going on?
Listen, let me tell you something, man. So many years back when I was young in the truth, like I remember coming to a cookout in New York every year, brother. And I thank the Most High that this school is still here. We enjoyed so much, so many attacks, so many vicious enemies with their hearts full of hate towards the Israelites who would be decayed and what Commanding General Yahanna has built up. And yet here we are. So here we are again, brother, in Harlem, having the New York cookout, man, with so many brothers and sisters able to come here and enjoy not only food, not only drink, but something that is extremely delightful to be able to enjoy each other. Here in New York, we're able to be with one another. There's nothing greater than that. There's nothing greater than one another. We come together every year in New York, as well as other cities throughout the country now, but this was the first. The New York cookout was the first cookout that the Israelite School of UPK ever had annually, and we're still having it today, and we're doing it for each other. You understand?
Sir. And that's heavy. What goes to my point about I want to talk with you today about perseverance.
Okay.
Because that's something that Black people, Hispanics don't really have. We think we have a grasp of it. You know, I'm rich. I persevered through the hood. Now I can live in Beverly Hills. But it's something different with our brothers in the truth, and he stays in the hood. So if I could, you could expound on about how to have perseverance and staying where you are.
Okay, the problem with perseverance, right? Perseverance comes against human nature, right? human nature. If I feel pain, I'm sorry. If I feel pain, I stop. Right? If I put my hand in fire and it hurts, I pull my hand out. If I'm hungry, I find somewhere to eat. Right? To persevere, you have to continue in the thing that is hurting you. You have to keep doing it because you have to realize that there is great gain in the pain. So if I'm in Harlem, I get enough money, I'm leaving because of the pain of being in Harlem, the pain of being in Brooklyn, the pain of being in Mississippi, the pain of being in Alabama in Black and Hispanic neighborhoods. There's pain, suffering there. Well, the minute I can leave that suffering, I will, unless I realize there's a greater gain later. You understand? That's the key to perseverance. You forego temporary pleasure that is for today, and you trade that for pleasure that is tomorrow. And that's how anyone does anything. How do you get through college? You suffer, go hungry. You work odd jobs so you can afford to pay books, knowing that I could just drop out, right? But I forego the temporary pleasure of dropping out for the day for the college degree that comes later. How do you make it to the NBA, to the NFL? You become a champion in anything. I suffer for it. And to persevere, you have to suffer on it. And in One West Israelite School of UPK, under commanding General Yahanna, we are experts in suffering. We understand how to do it, and that's why we persevere.
So that goes to my point. The truth. We're going through the pain now with the kingdom.
You're telling the truth, though. That's how it works. But once again, you're fighting nature to do that. Nature says stop when it hurts. Stop when you get tired. Stop when there's pain. You start arguing with your wife, you break up. She's unhappy with you. She leaves you. Nature says to end pain. Nature doesn't care about pleasure in the future. Remember Esau in the Bible, our enemy, the so-called white man. He came in the house hungry, in his dwelling hungry from hunting. And he traded his birthright for food he could have now. Right now, today. He hated that birthright. Why? Because that birthright was something you got later. You understand? He wants meat in his stomach now, not something you got to get later. But we can't be like him, who's a pervert. We can't be like our oppressor. We're going to have to be better men. And in the Israelite School of UPK, we raise up better men. I pray you understand.
So, and my next question also, it goes to it also about I see it as temporarily pain.
Oh yeah.
Just going through your mom, your kids, your job. Right now, I'm in the truth. Right now, for as little time as I am, you know what I mean? I understand, listen to generals, captains, officers of me. Pain is something that's probably needed for us to go through.
I mean, if you want to achieve something magnificent, you want to do something that is amazing, it cannot be done without suffering. That goes anything. There's not a thing in this world that is worth doing, worth having, that can be attained without pain. There is not a thing. The kingdom of heaven is that thing. Kingdom of heaven, when I say kingdom of heaven, a place where blacks and Hispanics are in charge, where we rule the planet Earth. Well, how do we get it if we don't suffer? How do we get it if we don't endure pain? We won't. We won't get it without suffering.
So if I may too, with your grace, my next question, I just want to go into when you came into the truth.
Okay.
I don't know if you spoke about this. I know your class. I watch all your classes about how you were in the past, but how it was when it finally clicked. Like, this is the truth.
When it finally clicked, that's okay. I went through a process, man, because I was in the world. I was just a terrible person. I was a horrible, cold, angry person when I was in the world. Like, I was very violent, very harmful to my community. And so it took a while for me to click. But I remember one day I thought the Lord was going to kill me. I thought he was going to kill me. I remember feeling like not only was he going to kill me, but that I deserved to die. That might have been the day that changed it, because there was plenty of times when I was in the past when I thought this person was going to shoot me, and I would just stay up all night and watch out my window through the blinds I would go to his house and sit in a car outside of his house because I thought he was going to kill me. This how I would go to his neighborhood with all my friends and try to find him, thinking I need to get him first because he's going to get me. But this time, I didn't feel like I could defend myself because it was against God, and I can't hunt him down. That it was God trying to kill me. I remember specifically thinking, I deserve it. This is not something I can stop with my aggression or my cunning. He was going to kill me, and there was nothing I could do to stop it, and I indeed should die for what I've done. And I believe that was the day that changed me. And I wanted to become someone that did not deserve to die. I wanted to be somebody that deserved to live. And I kind of, from coming to class those few times and seeing the brothers at that time, I think I had been to no classes. I saw the camp on the street. I watched the camp for 2 years. I would just show up every week at camp, thinking those are some great brothers, but they could never let me in that group. I thought they would never let me in. That's what I thought. I thought they were going to accept someone like me. For 2 years I did that, and I remember that day when I thought I was going to die. Thought I deserved it, knew I deserved it, knew I couldn't defend myself, couldn't stop it, couldn't find him first, couldn't hunt him down before he gets me. And that day I remember thinking, I have to become someone that is worthy of being alive, someone that he needs. That was how it translated to my brain, like anything, if you had a farmer, you got a man that owns the land, what would make him let you work on his land? I'm a good farmer. I plow, I pick up the trash, I'm there every day. So he's not going to fire me because my employer needs me. And that is how it translated. Like, I'll just make myself necessary to God. I'll just always be around, always help, always show up. And in doing so, maybe he'll see that I have value and he won't put me in jail for 30 years. Or he won't kill me because I'll make myself valuable to God in my service. And that's what changed me.
So, sir, my last question, if I may, making yourself worthy for the Most High to have the kingdom of heaven. Mm-hmm. So, for the brothers who's watching, a lot of brothers who's outside the school that watch every day, what can you tell them? What can they do to make themselves worthy?
You want to think about it not in a way that is magical. Think like any employer. That's it. And
you're a black Marine or a black whatever in the white man's military, that make them want to kill you more. Mm-hmm. Like when they see the uniform on you, they get an extra disdain for you. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't understand why in the hell do you want to fight for them.
Cared enough about your trials and tribulations, the things that you suffered through, and how to get out of that. That's your history. You don't need a white man to have no remembrances for it.
You chastise the child too hard, or you create trauma. Yeah. If you don't say nothing to the child, then you making them soft. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't no way for a black man to be right even when he is in that.
White people that's out there that want to help black and Hispanic people, the best thing you can do is just leave us the hell alone.
They are all against you. They all want to destroy you. And the ultimate goal of all of them is to put you back into slavery and subjection.
Real Nigga University in 5, 4, 3, 2, let's get it. 1.
There we go. Man, get Ross to rob a hand. You know how we do, man. We back for another one, Round Table of Truth. About to get it in like we always do every Friday night, 8 p.m., 8:30 Central. Somewhere in between that time. We'll look a few minutes after 8:30, but we're going to get it in nevertheless.
That's right.
You know, so we got a special guest on tonight, Commanding General Yahanna.
That's right.
And he will be coming on shortly. But like always, man, before we get started, I got to give it up to the God of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians.
Right, that's right.
Understand? Yahweh in the Hebrew, not Allah, not Yahweh, not none of that garbage y'all was talking about. Damn, you can't even get the Lord's name right.
Right.
Good night. You understand? Moving forward, we also want to give it up to our King, Yahweh Shah Mashiach, who whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ.
That's right.
You understand? But of course, we also want to give it up to the man with the plan, none other than Commanding Yahanna.
That's right.
Who will be joining us shortly tonight. We'll be going over the Third World War very extensively. You understand? But before we get to that, I got to give it up to my team that rock it out with me every week. To my right, we got Officer Lamakiala in the building.
That's right.
You understand? To my left, doing what he do every week, we got Officer Yahanna in the building.
That's right.
He wearing a new Real Nigga University color coordination scheme that I've never seen.
Me neither, Cap.
Hopefully it makes it to my clothes, but I've never seen that color scheme.
I even heard a suggestion for it.
Moving forward. All right. To my far right, you understand? We got Officer Iwalum in the building.
That's right.
And man, in here tonight, newly raised. You understand? Doing what he do. Officer of 5,000, Mayad in the building. You understand? He is now a part of the 5,000 club. Yardan, I hope he's ready. I hope he's ready today. Ain't no more Captain Marquardt conversations now. It's the Bayham only. You understand? Also want to give it up to my technical team doing what they do. We got also Ramawan over there doing what we do.
That's right.
And of course, newly raised himself, officer of 1,000.
These.
You understand? Of course, we got some amazing brothers in here tonight. We also got Officer Karyash in the building doing what he do.
Right. Yeah.
You understand? This brother's in charge of making sure that we get to a reservation near you. That should be happening very soon. All right. Also, we got in here Officer Kazai Wan.
That's right.
Officer Mariah Yala. Y'all know who I am. I don't think I got to say. If you don't know, Google. That's what I told the shorty at the club one time, y'all. She was shocked. Yeah, who is Google? Okay. With that being said, man, where we going tonight, Ogden? What's going on out here in this crazy world? Before we get to the Third World War, Yahanna again should be joining us soon. But what's going on out here? You ever done?
Yeah, if I could, sir,
Please.
you know what I'm saying? We got another example, you know what I'm saying, of, you know what I'm saying, Black creativity, you know what I'm saying, being stripped away by the white man, you know what I'm saying? And once again, Mr. Tenderness, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
You know what I'm saying?
So they fired him, did he quit?
Well, I think it's a little on both ends. Like both of them wanted to separate, you know what I'm saying? Like when it boiled down to it, you know what I'm saying, the devil that he was working up under tried to go and trademark, you know what I'm saying, his slogan, you know what I'm saying, and how he, you know,
that come on, man. That is so to who the white man is. Brother come up with something, the white man go trademark it. And listen, I'm talking about and with no sense of wrongdoing at all.
Right.
Like he didn't stole so much and lied so much. It's just normal there. Go ahead though, y'all down. You breaking it down.
So like it, sir, like he wasn't getting paid off of it. They coming to his restaurant.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because of the, you know what I'm saying, the allure that the brother is bringing to it.
That's it.
At least he could have did is let the brother get the trademark, you know what I'm saying?
That's
so he
it.
can go and do other things, you know what I'm saying? But
Real
you know, it's a Black lawyer that helped the brother out. I think he was able to acquire the trademark.
Was it, man? Yeah, man. Get that man. Like again, the white man is such a diabolical animal, man. He just can't get enough. You understand? That's one of the main reasons why the Third World War is about to take place, because this cat just got to rule the entire planet. You know what I'm saying? Like he can't get enough. You get my point? And the other nations is saying enough is enough. Iran is saying enough is enough. You get my point? So it's about to go down over there. But that's good business though, man. That brother didn't trademark, you know what I'm saying, that whole tenderism. And listen, I wouldn't even go to that restaurant. Right. The devil, like Black people should boycott that.
That's right.
You get my point?
That's right.
And hopefully this brother, why can't we ain't got enough Black dollars to come together to support this brother and open up his own joint? I will learn.
Man, he just did a private party for Ron Isley. That brother, he already up and running.
Oh, he on?
Yeah.
Oh, man, get out of here.
He got a GoFundMe. I think he raised like 40,000 so far
Mm-hmm.
to start his own restaurant. So he in the game.
He in there.
Man, Most High crazy. I'm sure he's gonna get a ton of support. You already down what you was gonna say.
Yeah. Also, it was a brother, and I don't know how solid it is, but it's a brother in Texas. Do y'all got the brother's name? His name, can't think of the brother's name, but he a rapper down there, and he's said he's gonna open up the brother his own spot. You know what I'm saying? His own spot.
But it was a Bun B.
No, it wasn't Bun B. It was a rapper. It's a newer rapper. I can't think his name. Some cartel, something.
Yeah,
some cartel.
Okay,
y'all could.
Yeah, Most High price. That's good business there, man. You know what I'm saying? Well, to the general, where we going first?
Come on. Like we was talking about the tenderism, brother, and the devil himself. You understand how they separated their ways? It's like that's how the white people want. So what we're gonna go into back in 63, we have a video going over the true spirit of white man and that whole integration nonsense by our civil rights leaders.
Damn right. Let's check it out.
Barbara, you're playing into her hands. Let me speak to, okay?
In the name of God, how much more are we supposed to take?
Take from what?
From you people.
I mean, you people. You sound like I'm a dog or something.
As we forgive those who trespass against us, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen.
Yes.
And they don't have enough gumption to turn around and tell that Supreme Court to rule on the laws of the land rather than to mess with our children and ruin our education and put our country down. Now, there were appointed officials, and we'll impeach every one of them if we have to get this country back where it belongs.
Hey, by the time somebody do something, now all of a sudden the tide is turning a little bit. You see how things feel now. You all come upset, huh? You're all upset. Say somebody taking your rights away.
We want
right there, like you heard what he said. The whole about to get this country back. That goes to show you what that whole make America great is all about. You understand? Like the whole make America great again is surrounded by racism, like something you could not believe. And this is something good to see. This is an old video, you know what I'm saying? I think we 70s or whatever, showing you, you know what I'm saying, how vehemently these people did not want to go to school with you. You understand? You have to be extremely brainwashed to see how much of people hate you and need to see how much they protest. They out there singing sweet American songs, Our Home Sweet Home. You understand? They said something, mentioned like a Bible verse. What do you remember?
Oh, that was the Lord's Prayer.
Yeah, they listen. These devils did. These devils was doing the Lord's Prayer. When it came to you, you know what I'm saying, going in there.
God.
Yeah, come on, by
Hey, Cap, man. What I found heavy in the video, the two things. They screaming, "We want freedom." Y'all not going to infringe on our rights. Last time I checked, the white man and the white woman were the freest people in the world, and they got more rights than anybody. And then the other part of this video that got me, and for all you brothers out there that want to be, you know what I'm saying, dipping in the snow and chasing snow bunnies, that's really polar bears. You see who the loudest and most advocative person was.
That's it.
Was the white one.
That's a fact.
She at the front line in front of everybody, the top of her voice talking about, "We want freedom."
That's it.
You know what I mean?
That's it.
But but our brothers now, you know what I'm saying? Oh, that's all forgotten. You know what I'm saying? They want to lay down with that dog. With that dog, was ready to bust your child's head for trying to go to her child's school.
And it goes to show to let you know by them even chanting "We want freedom," like that whole integration for them was like you taking away their freedom. Meanwhile, last time, like you just said, last time I checked, get me right on this envelope. Who's been getting oppressed in America for 500 years? I thought it was us. You think it'd be us out there talking about we want freedom,
right?
But the fact that you want to join them, you know what I'm saying? They feel like they being oppressed. Right. Come on, y'all done.
If I could,
please.
What's so heavy about what you're saying, sir, is like they willing to take you here and you being the servant to them. You know what I'm saying? That's all fine and dandy. You know what I'm saying? When they got you out in the slave field, you could be next to the house and you on that slave field.
Damn
but
right.
When it come down to you going to school and getting educated right next to them,
right?
Nah, they don't want that.
Come on, I will on.
Oh, what kind? Yeah, Cap. I was amazed when the white woman said, "How much are we supposed to take?" What are you talking about?
Man, come on, man. These people are diabolical.
That's
what I'm saying. I thought we should be saying, you know what I'm saying, how much more we gonna take.
Right.
But the fact that you trying to come together and join them, she talking about like they ain't going into slavery. Which, once again, when they tell you make America great again, Trump, he knew just the right spirit to be in order to win that election, in order to be put into that White House. Racism, because he knows racism is what drives America. I'm coming to you, it's what makes this place go. And guess what? Saying that this would make this place go, it ain't ever gonna change.
Right.
Like, you understand?
Right.
Like, we need to get back to black school. Our civil rights leaders was idiots, man, and a ton of them really was FBI agents that a part of white supremacy set up to destroy us. You get my point? Because one part of white supremacy understood it's better for us to integrate and lose our identity, you know what I'm saying, and force integration on a bunch of racist white people than us be alone. Right. Us being alone, you know what I'm saying, and being together is not what America wants. Right. You understand? So if they even they force that integration crap on their own people because they know that will be part of the thing that destroys. So
right. Come on. Like, I'm just thinking about like you in the 1970s, and you so-called black person or Negro in America at the time. You seeing them fighting against you trying to fight to join them, and they say we don't want you to join us.
Yeah,
you got to be mentally deranged to fight for a place and try to be a part of a society that does not want you to join them.
Right.
You understand? Like there has to be something in your mind that should say, well, they don't want us to join, so why are we even fighting to join?
Right.
You understand? You want equality. They don't even want any type of intermingling between you.
What you bringing out so heavy, it's like the brainwashing is like we as a people, we've been missing out on something by not joining them.
Right.
You get my point? Like we figured as a people, at least our leaders did at that time, they figured that by us not going to school with them and not living in their neighborhoods, that we missing out on something.
Right.
You get my point? And now you turn 2026, you see what you've been missing out on. Nothing but head.
That's it.
You get my point? You done came together and joined them, and now all your sons is walking around with rainbow flags on.
Right.
Now your daughters, you know what I'm saying, is on Instagram and YouTube twerking. Next to twerking while they 5-year-old daughter is looking in between their butt crack. You know what I'm saying? These sisters, I'm talking about this is a grown woman. See what I'm saying? That is a woman that is mentally ill. You get my point? And we didn't understand that. You know what I'm saying? Now look at the Jeffrey Epstein files. Like this is who these people are. This is what America is. Like I was thinking about this the other day. Like it was slave owners who fought like Jeffrey Epstein. You get my point? And our people ain't have no power to stop a minute, because that's what you call a sick menace. They had no power to stop a menace like that. He'd be running the goddamn plantation. You see what I'm saying? Like we've been through hell in this place. And our ancestors from the back then in slavery, I'm sure they would turn over in their grave to see that we've been trying to join this place, you know what I'm saying, and come together with these people who have done countless numbers of crime to us. The Lord never said in the Bible to join your damn enemy, man.
That's right.
You get my point? You know, if you think that, then you are totally brainwashed. You know what I'm saying? If you think that the Most High would want you to join the people who have hated you for 400 some odd years.
Right.
You get my point? And so you need to see videos like this because coming up in school, they never showed you these videos right here.
Right.
As far as you concerned, you sitting in school, white people, you figure that this is what the Lord wants. You figure that this the right thing to do to be sitting here integrated. Meanwhile, they ain't never show you doing video like this where they was fighting tooth and nail out there singing, doing the Lord's Prayer. Give up what they doing. Like these people are diabolical, man. Like America, you got to understand these people so sick as I want. These people really believe that God is with them, man. And all of even if as they go in the Middle East and bomb countries, they think this is what the Lord wants.
Right.
You understand? Go ahead.
Hey, Cass, what you bringing out so heavy? You know, and looking at all these videos that are popping up, you know what I mean? It make me think about what the scriptures say about the earth shall help the woman. You know what I mean? We know that means that the archaeology and the artifacts and the history and the evidence are going to come up to support our cause that we are Israel.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
That's it.
And I'm sitting there looking at all these different videos, and like you said, Cap, I never saw this in school. And
hey, Raj, let me get that charge.
These videos have existed for 40, 50, 60, 70 years. Like, that ain't new footage.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's from the 70s. We keep finding these videos now that are popping up online from the 60s and the 50s and the 70s.
Come on.
Well, the real nature of the white man and white woman is being shown.
That's it.
And, you know, everybody think the civil rights era was this kumbaya era. Well, it was just a handful of evil crackers.
Right.
And the rest of them, you know what I mean, either just didn't get involved because they were scared or they were supporting our cause.
Right.
Even the ones on these videos that say, I saw one that she said, I don't have no problem with the Negro.
Right.
I can work with them.
Yeah.
I can do this with them, but I don't want them living in my neighborhood.
Is that on the same video?
You know what? It might be on that video. It's a different video with some of the same white women
on it. On this one.
Yeah, talking about us integrating into their neighborhood.
I think the brothers, I think our tech team that moved on.
They said enough of that.
They said we didn't talk about this video. We probably ain't. Big shout out to the tech team.
They said moving on.
Yeah. Wrong one. Go ahead, because I want.
Just real quick, I just want to hit on something when the devil said them integrating with us is gonna ruin our education. Like, and that's just heavy because it goes to show you that they was teaching little white boys and little white boys and white girls in school how to be racist. They thinking now that we bringing these black kids in, we can't teach them that the black kids is monkeys no more. We can't teach them about slavery so we can keep the hatred in our kids.
That's it.
This ruining the education of us being superior over black people because now we can't talk about it in our school system no more.
That's it. You gotta think. Get a brother a hand for that.
Right.
Like what people don't understand is when you look at all those black inventors. Remember all the black inventors? Brother, they came from schools that was all black.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Even though these schools was, they claimed that they were so much in poverty, all your black inventors, man, they went to all black schools.
Right.
It is nothing more healthier to a child than to be taught by their own people, man, than to learn their own history. And when you're in all black school, you learn in black history year round.
Right.
Like this is helping the child's self-esteem. You get my point? Now, when we integrated, you ain't had a nigga invent nothing but a blunt. That's your biggest invention, you know what I'm saying, is how to crack a blunt open and put some marijuana in between it.
Right.
That's what happened once integration came. Once integration came, all the black inventors, you know what I'm saying, went out the window. Not to say that we ain't invent nothing, but not at the pace that we was doing when we was going to our own schools. This what we got under black people. We've been led astray, man. You understand? Like our mind's been duped, you know what I'm saying, and been totally cast down the wrong way. You understand what I'm saying? Go ahead, Yahanna.
If I could,
please,
just to piggyback on what you're saying about the self-esteem at one. I just was watching a video and I sent this to Raj as well. Play it. But the video is describing, you know what I'm saying, the things that you should do, you know what I'm saying, in the time of the civil rights to ball up to protect yourself when these people is beating on you, and how you know what I'm saying, because they said, you know what I'm saying, a lot of the trauma and stuff was coming to the head injuries that was coming behind people, beating people, you know what I'm saying, as they walking walking into these schools and you know saying these, you know saying whatever restaurant parlors, whatever the case may be.
That's it.
And they was teaching them on how to protect their head.
Yeah.
Instead of, you know saying, fight back or whatever the case may be, they was just teaching. I don't know if you wanted to get into it. Or,
Man, listen, I
else.
don't know, but that one, it's a famous video of this black dude who took his child to school, and these white dudes beat the hell out of him. To where this cat a few years later died of brain damage. He died from the very thing that you're talking about.
Right.
You got a video on that? Go ahead and play it.
That this is where these brutes are going for, your heads and your faces. So that's the first thing you want that to be. You want it to be instinctive, that you cover up your head and cover up your face. Discipline yourself, practice it among yourself, get in small groups and go through things like this and practice it and let it become second nature to you. Go back home where you belong.
That's something. They practicing balling up.
On the morning of the 27th, this was to be our first real violent day. It was the first time when we could really test our own convictions as far as nonviolent means were concerned. 5 ministers said to us, if you go downtown today, you're going to be arrested. Please don't go downtown, because we're not prepared. We should have community behind us. Paula Pratt, he was one of the few white students who were with us. They always pick on the white students because they hate to see white sympathize.
I saw a bunch of coloreds sitting on the stools. They looked like a bunch of idiots sitting up there waiting for people to try to throw them off, and they looked like they were just trying to egg on a fight.
None of us looked back, but yet we could see everything that was going on through the long mirror. And it seems to me that when it happened, that all of us wanted to be hit. This was an experience that we needed. This is our movement.
Stop it right there, man. Get me right on it, Doctor. Go ahead, Lamar. You
go ahead.
Man, listen. She said, you know what I'm saying? When one got hit, we all wanted to be hit. Like, do you hear the sickness in his eye? And what's sad is that we thought we was doing the right thing.
Right.
We thought we was doing the right thing, you know what I'm saying, by integrating, you know what I'm saying? And again, you know what I'm saying, you look up now, you see that was a big mistake. You get my point, like you ain't even getting a quarter out of your own community because you believe that integrating was the right way.
Right.
But again, who fights to go get and eat food from white people who don't even season their damn food?
Right.
You going in there to fight for them, but we swore that this was the right thing to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is insane. My y'all,
Hey, Cap, and
please.
And here's the thing, like the sister, you know, you train for something, you want to use your training. You know what I mean? But this the wrong type of training.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
They trained our brothers and sisters to go inside a white restaurant with nasty, flavorless food.
Yeah.
And how to train them not to get their head bust open. You get your body beat up.
Yeah.
These men and women. It ain't like it was all men going in there. It's a frontline thing, and it's just men. The sisters is up in there too.
That's it.
Trying to cover their head. And you saw the one brother's the back of his head. He done had his head cracked and busted up so much his hair don't grow back there no more.
That's it.
You know what I mean?
Cracked and busted open. You know what I'm saying? To destroy black businesses and make rich, racist white businesses rich.
Right.
That's what his head was busted open for.
Right.
You get my point. Now you go to some of these major cities, black. It's some heathen inside the store, and it's some black man. He got to set up a stand. You know what I'm saying, on the sidewalk. You get my point, because it's some Arab or some East Indian in a black neighborhood. Now you get my point. Getting all that money for. You wonder how Iran got money for bombs. Well, listen, they in your gas station getting your black dollars.
Oh, God.
You want to know how these all these countries getting money? They in your community robbing you, man.
Right.
And sending it back to their goddamn country.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
And meanwhile, you out there setting up a stand on the little table, trying to get as much as you can. Listen to these Uncle Tom leaders that we had, but had you believing that integration was the way.
Right.
So it's important to play videos like this, man, and so we could wake up. You know what I'm saying? As you can see what's going on in the earth, brothers and sisters, now is a time more than ever to get your head right with the Most High. You ain't gonna get your head right sitting up in no damn church and no Muslim mosque. You tried that for a very long time. That's right. Farrakhan just told you he did the best he could. You know what I'm saying? Which means he failed at the job. That's right. Jesse Jackson, you know what I'm saying? They had a funeral for him today, or whatever the case may be. He failed at the job. Right. So many of your leaders failed at the damn job, and guess what? The philosophy that they had, they got to be buried with them. Yeah, I know that sound harsh. You say, man, that brother shouldn't be talking like that. But man, listen, in order for us to get fixed, we're gonna need the hardcore truth in order for us to get our mind right, man. Integration was a big mistake, and it was totally satanic. And I can go in the Bible, you know what I'm saying, and show you that integration is a sin. It's a sin to integrate yourself with another people, especially a people that's diabolical like these goddamn white people.
That's
we understand. Where we going next, Raj Karat? Go ahead, my
Hey, Slack, so I just wanted to say one thing about Jesse.
Please.
And how much of a failure that he was.
Please.
You know you're a failure when your enemies show up to your funeral. He's supposed to have been so much about black people and black power and black empowerment and black community. Then why the hell was Bill Clinton and Joe Biden at his funeral? Bill Clinton and Joe Biden, during the Clinton administration, Joe Biden wrote the 3 Strikes Act.
That's it.
That locked up more black people under Bill Clinton's administration and Biden than any other president, past or present.
That's it.
And to this day, because of the 3 Strikes program, your uncle's still in jail.
Well, listen, they showed up to the funeral because that's just part of the brainwashing of white supremacy again. You know what I'm saying? That's to show the earth, you know what I'm saying, that these 2 former white leaders are supporting Jesse Jackson.
Right.
You get my point? Like, this how the white man brainwash you. You know what I'm saying? You never gonna get a piece of America. You never had a piece of America, but you've been in an illusion like you getting a piece.
Right.
So that's why they show up to the funeral. So now it can make the news that Bill Clinton and who you say showed up?
Joe Biden.
Joe Biden, Bill Clinton showed up. Joe Biden, you know what I'm saying? They played a video a few years ago of him where he was in some conference or something called the Black People Niggas. Get my point. You still went out there and voted for him.
Right.
He didn't change, Jared. His mind is he understand that what he said was wrong.
Right.
That's just like you Uncle Tom niggas that support Eminem. You know what I'm saying? Remember they came out with the tape. He on there calling black women nigga bitches. Excuse my language. You know what I'm saying? And you running around now talking about he's the #1 rapper of all time.
Right.
This devil.
Right.
Yeah, come on, man. Where we going next? Let's get to the next joint.
Come on. We are gonna go into like what happens when black people actually separate themselves and actually focus on one another.
Well, let's do it.
4 black officers were arrested in the U.S. for entering an all-white officers club. In 1945, they were Tuskegee Airmen, just flew combat missions over Nazi Germany. Never lost a bomber to enemy fire. Decorated, battle-tested heroes, now in handcuffs on American soil. Freeman Field, Indiana. 104.
Nah, ain't no sweat. You know what I'm saying? Listen, they bring this story out all the time. You know what I'm saying? How the Tuskegee Airmen ain't lose no bombs. Again, you know what I'm saying? Black man, you didn't involve yourself in all of your oppressors' wars.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And General Muhammad said it best on that video. Involve yourself in all his wars and ain't reap none of the benefit.
No.
You understand? Now, these brothers had a flawless record, and we talking about flying over Nazi Germany. They didn't lose one bomb because these black brothers protected these damn ships or whatever the case may be. You understand? The salt of the earth, you know what I'm saying, is what the Lord said, and that's what we are. You get my point? But now at the same time as them doing that, they got arrested for walking in an all-white club, even though they just, you know what I'm saying, made sure that no bomber got lost. Get me right on this, IG. You know about that war. How hard is it to protect them damn bombers?
Well, Cap, so for the most part, the white pilots, every pilot wanted to be an ace. So in order to be an ace, you have to get 5 enemy kills.
Okay.
So when the Germans would come to attack the bombers, they would use planes as bait to take the planes away from the bombers.
Yeah.
And the white pilots would chase. But the black pilots would be disciplined and stay with the bombers and not chase. So they didn't chase the glory. They stayed disciplined and stuck to the mission.
Ain't that something? Man, real quick, I've been notified that Commander Jenny Yahanna is now in the back room. Go ahead, bring your Commander Jenny Yahanna. Everybody hang tight. Commander Jenny Yahanna, can you hear us?
Wow, sir.
Ain't no sweat. Sound.
1, 2.
What about
3,
now,
4.
General?
Come.
We can hear you. Can you hear us, General?
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
We can hear you, General. He gonna go and come back in. But now finish saying what you were saying though. I was learn about them bombs.
Yeah, so pretty much, sir, white pilots would chase glory and leave the bombers exposed in order to be an ace.
Yeah.
Black pilots would not chase the glory and stay put with the bombers and not chase.
Yeah.
So that way they'd end up defending the bombers and not leave them exposed.
Yeah. Go ahead.
If I could, before the Tuskegee Airmen caps, being a bomber was the most dangerous position to be in the entire war.
Right.
They had a 10% survival rate.
Damn.
10%.
Damn.
So going up in one of them bombers, you had a 90% chance that you was gonna die. And when the Tuskegee Airmen came in, they raised the overall rate to 20%.
Yeah.
So that was just the bombers that they escorted. They never lost bombers.
Right.
So they raised the overall survival rate. But if it wasn't with the Tuskegee Airmen, you had a 90% chance that you wasn't gonna make it.
Come on, y'all.
And if I could, sir, you know what I'm saying, just to remind everybody, you know what I'm saying, Charlie Kirk said, you know what I'm saying, that, you know what I'm saying, if a black pilot is on in the air, he wanna make sure that, you know what I'm saying, he's, you know what I'm saying, capable of his job. You know what I'm saying? He didn't just get that off of affirmative action. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He want him to prove his credentials if he's a black, you know what I'm saying, pilot. When we see throughout history, you should want it to be a black pilot in there, because that's how you know you're gonna survive.
Good, brother.
Good, that's a good point.
Hey, Alawapun Ya.
Hola, what?
Barak. Yabashima
Shabrak Thumb, Thwada, fam.
What's going on, General?
Oh man, it's exciting times we in now, brother. You know what I'm saying? I can't get no sleep. My phone blowing up round the clock. I gotta put it on silent just to get a little nap. You know what I'm saying? It's rough, but what you said about those Tuskegee Airmen was so important and such a lesson that we seem to never have learned due to our preachers. Let me explain. Like, if you want to own your reality, if you want to own your history, if you want your dignity and your self-respect, then you're gonna have to participate in the propaganda war. Because the propaganda war is what happened during that time. Like you said, the Tuskegee Airmen didn't lose a plane, and the pilots was begging to be escorted by them. The pilots was trying to call their commanding officers and say, "Listen, man, can you send those red-tailed Negroes? Because every time they came through, man, we took no loss." You know what I'm saying? They command slugger, and they commanding officers would try sometimes to get them through and all of that. And they painted them planes so like us. They put that red nose and that red tail for two reasons. One, to identify our plane as different from all the other planes, and two, to identify that it was an Allied plane and not the enemy's plane. Like we was innovating even in that cockpit. You know what I mean? We were better pilots. We knew how to push the planes better. We adjusted the planes ourselves and our mechanics to push the plane better, faster, farther than they did, took bigger chances than them, and still whooped the enemies behind. But what we didn't do, which was so more important, even in the flying that they did, even in all their success, what we didn't do is step up the propaganda war. Like from that day on, the so-called Jew makes that Holocaust like the word, like you don't bow down to that Holocaust out. You just the evilest bastard on the planet.
That's right.
But all of our Holocausts and all of our triumphs never get recognized. They said when the airmen would go through the village in the town, the young black kids would see them in awe in those uniforms. They never saw black men in uniforms.
Right.
You know, these black men in these flight uniforms, and they know that they're pilots, which at that time, think about a plane back then. You know what I mean? A plane was like, you know, something amazing.
Right.
And it still is to this day, to a degree, among black people. You know what I'm saying? So could you imagine back then? You know what I mean? With all the racism, all the racism and everything that they was putting on us, they came through them towns. Them little kids were so encouraged to become pilots. They were so encouraged at the manhood that they would receive as black men, or at least that they hoped they would. And sure enough, those same brothers that came back and parked those planes, handed them keys over to their commanding officers, they got beat up on the train on the way home.
Right.
They got beat up in uniform trying to go get a cup of coffee, being told, get your nigga behind to the back of the store. You know what I mean? Like, that's what they got. And so instead of us up in the propaganda war, we turned around and just allowed the so-called Edomites to come down on us any way they wanted, and then got our preachers to join in the same thing, when we should have been pushing and fighting to make sure that we, not them. That's what makes me upset with the 1619 project that they put together with the book about all of the history and the things that they've done. We fought to push that also to them, but we did not fight to push it to us, which is what we should have did. We should have been fighting to keep that book among us. I mean, to keep those records among us. Could you imagine right now? And we wonder, last point, we wonder about our economy and why we suffer so much. You know, last high, first fire, because we haven't forced any industries of our own. We haven't forced. There should be black plane. You know, he said he want to know if it's a black pilot. No problem. Don't go to the black airlines. Unfortunately, there's very few black airlines that run out of the United States. But that's what should have happened. It should have been like, whatever his name is, the little Edomite. Yo, go ahead, man. Y'all go get on y'all planes. We'll keep sticking with our plane. And guess what we would have beat them with? We would have beat them on statistics, on time statistics. We would have beat them on, safety standards. We would have just beat them. Anytime we compete, we win. The problem is we bow our head down. Damn right. The problem with us is we bow our head down and bow out of the competition to make our master happy. And then our master just dumps on us and goes forward like any abuser. The abuser wants you to stop standing up and being you so that you could just be humble and crunched down and destroyed. And in the minute you do it, he just go right back to abuse. Like, your humility doesn't gain you nothing. But in your mind, you think it'll gain you something, but it gains you nothing. You understand? Martin Luther King, the bus ride. Sorry to keep running. But Martin Luther King and the whole bus ride. Once Rosa Parks went up on that bus, what was supposed to happen after that? The full-fledged propaganda war against anybody owning buses over us. And it would have become a standard. In other words, it would have been like, if you create racism against us, we will cut you off and turn to our own. And we would be waiting on it. We'd be sitting at the door like, say what? You got a problem with what? What? And the minute it come out that there was something like that done, they'd be cut off. But instead, what happened is whores like Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson went to corporations and said, if you don't give me some money, basically, I'm gonna rat you out to black people, like they did Target recently. You
Right.
understand? I'm not sure all the details. Target may have been legit. I don't know. My point is that many times black leaders have done that, you know, from the 60s on up, really from World War II all the way up to today. They was just extorting big corporations through nonprofits to get a check and never speaking up about what's going on. And that's also why, you know, when you do finally speak up, like we do, Israelite School of UPK, thank the Father in heaven for us. You understand?
Right.
Like when you do decide to go and speak up, you become an anomaly. You become a big problem because you done decide to stand up and say something about how horrible our people are being treated, and you looked at like the problem, like any abuser. Like somebody that holds you in abuse, don't never admit they wrong and don't never believe you deserve anything. You don't deserve, you don't deserve anything. You're the worst of the worst, even if you're a saint. To somebody like that, you're the worst of the worst. Donald Trump knows the Latinos never did anything to him, but run his hotels. He knows that. So why in the hell is he so hateful of them? Simply because he can't like them and respect them, because he wouldn't be who he is. He wouldn't be the type of person he is if he had to respect them, which is why the Lord got to come in when kings become this type of way. So I yield.
Damn right. Get down, man.
And Salakia, General, if I could, sir.
Please.
You made me think of something out of one. You know, with them when you mentioned them bus boycotts. You know, when our people boycotted the bus system, we damn near put buses out of business. And one thing that we did to still get to work and still function is we formed like a ride share system in our community where brothers and sisters that had cars were picking brothers and sisters up and taking them to work, taking the kids to school, taking them to daycare. If our leaders were not sellouts and they were really about improving black people and helping our community, we could have started a cab. You know what I mean? A cab system, a cab company right then and there. And the same thing black people were paying to get on the bus, they could have been paying brothers and sisters, and we would have had the biggest, baddest cab corporation the world had ever seen, and it would have been all black. It would have employed our people, and we would have put buses out of business. And the only way to get around town would have been to come to a black cab company.
Man, give it up.
I hate to tell you, but you just broke my heart. I'm gonna tell you why. Because what you just described actually happened. Black people owned DC Cab. They made movies about it. We ran the entire cab system in the nation's capital and surrounding areas. We owned all the cabs. It was a whole network of us.
Right.
Men would pass their cab down to their sons.
Dang.
They would take that medallion and they would pass it down to their sons. Their sons would go get a brand new car, and then they would take over that medallion. Ask any brother that lives in DC, grew up, born and raised, Cabal or one of the brothers, Shalmar, they'll tell you about it. Them yellow and black cabs outran everything. Not only that, a black man started the first ambulance service. They never bring that out. There was no such thing as ambulances in the past. What happened is, if you got injured, the cops came and the cops took you to the hospital. But what happened, of course, is when black people called, they would not show up to take black people. So what one black man did was he went and got him a station wagon and painted something on it, and then started going around. And whenever there was an incident, he would be the one people started calling. And he would pick up the person and put him in the back of the station wagon with the seats down and ride to the hospital. You can look this up. We had all of that, but we didn't have the propaganda. And once again, the Lord said, I chose the foolishness of preaching to confound the wise. In America, it's almost illegal to tell the real truth of history. Like you got to lie on history to get along in this place. You can't say what history really is, because then it would show how amazing you are.
That's right.
It would show all your accomplishments. It would just tell the truth about you. If you was a piece of shit, then you was a piece of shit. But if you wasn't a piece of shit all these years, why do you have to wear the cloak of being a piece of shit when you inventing stuff and innovating and doing everything that they are claiming to do? We had our own ambulance. We had the DC cabs going out. And if I could, I also, not only was we so powerful when we did do the bus strike, remember Rosa Parks was encouraged to strike on the bus because the railroads who hired the pushcart workers used that. That wasn't random. They did that on purpose. And the purpose for them to do that was to bring a battle up against the bus companies. And they did it. Like they knew, like all them brothers was working on the train. She was related to somebody that worked on the train. And they got together and decided we was gonna make this move for the railroad, and then made the move, and it jammed up all the bus companies. And of course, we didn't use our ability and skills. We would right now, there would be no such thing as the Chinese bus.
Right.
Who the hell else is riding on the Chinese bus beside us?
Right.
Like we the ones supposed to be riding the Chinese bus. And they got companies all over, don't follow no kind of safety standards. I'm not even sure them drivers is even licensed.
Right.
They, you know what I mean? They driving them cars like a damn what's that? What's the derby where you ride the derby and just crash shit up?
Demolition derby.
Yeah, like that's how they riding them buses, man. Whipping around corners, speeding on highways, not maintenance, no cleaning the bus. Gone are the days of Peter Pan and them type of buses.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I mean? Them old raggedy buses is because once again they took on what was supposed to be for us. You know what I mean? But went on and dealt with them. The same applies to the food. You know what I mean? We couldn't travel. Like we always innovated. When somebody mishandled us or put us in a box or pushed us in a corner, we just came up with a new method. The bucket of chicken. Why in the hell don't black people own every type of chicken joint across America?
Right.
When we created the bucket of chicken for you to get, we created the takeout so that you could get that bucket of chicken so you didn't have to stop in them sundown towns and get killed for just your face being seen off the highway. So we created that bucket of chicken. That's our legacy, our history, man. And now the world is eating fried chicken. You understand? And so now, of course, now we got to pay homage to the East Indians. Like all them people that we buying chicken from, that's who's sitting over there in the Middle East, in Dubai and the Emirates and the UAE, in them palaces and shiny buildings and driving, Bugattis. That's who's in there. Them people that got our legacy and our history and no propaganda to push back on it. And we sit up there, starve ourselves to death in the hood. Like after all the years we've been in this kingdom, we should be the last people that you look at and that are not self-sufficient.
Right.
It should be a policy or unspoken policy that anything you do with black people, you have to let them do it independently. You can't be over it because they're not going for it because of the history that they've been through. You know what I'm saying? And it should be brought up every single goddamn time so that they know. It should be almost like it should be an offense that you ride into a KFC or a Popeyes. I'm not telling nobody don't go there, but I'm trying to illustrate what it should be as us as a nation. And let me tell you something else too. Every other nation, they can function as an individual, but we cannot. We only function as a cohesive group of people. That's how we function. We don't function like them. Right. And that's why, and so all of that was stolen from us. And it should be part of our legacy, especially all the inventions. You understand? Black people built the engine for the shuttle, for the space shuttle. That's right. Black people did that. And that shuttle, that engine and that shuttle was made of gold.
Damn.
And we built that. Black people, they made the movie about black people, them black sisters that came up with the computer system to help these Edomites fight World War II.
Right.
Like they came up with that computer system. They figured out the math. All the experts and educated Edomites couldn't figure none of it out. They did all of that. You know what I'm saying? And they talking about they want to get black people off of the military website. Like, who the hell else should you ever be talking to about warfare except black people? If you don't know, if you don't understand, go turn on to Sunday's football game, dummy. You understand what I'm saying? Like, they should go do that. Go look at us. That's all you got to do. Go look at the tribe of Judah and see what they doing. That's who you supposed to go talk to.
That's right.
And instead, they know everything, but we don't hold to us. You know what I mean? And last point, and it is something the Lord wants. Like he wants us holding to our identity, our culture, our knowledge, our laws. We can still serve the slave master here, like we should, but we supposed to be like Daniel was, or Mordecai. You understand? When Esther got taken up in there during the Purim, he still followed along to the temple. And when it came down to it and they tried to force him to worship them other gods, he said, hell no. When they tried to do it to Daniel, he said, hell no. When they turned around and called Christ king, they came to get Christ, trying to find a reason to get him killed, had no reason, so put it on the people who was ignorant and brainwashed, and they went and pushed to get Christ killed. You understand? So they've been doing stuff like that, but we have not given the world what it's supposed to get. But in the ISUPK, we handing them the plate. And especially now. Especially now. Oh my God, that Middle East right now, brother. Man. My goodness.
They talking about Russia ready to get in the game.
I'm gonna hit you with something. Russia already declared that they will support Iran's targeting systems on any other people's bases or wherever. They coming in with that Russian targeting system. Also, Pakistan just declared they getting in the fight.
What?
Yeah, they declared they getting in the fight and they gonna back Iran. You know what I'm saying? So they in the fight. I think it was one other country. And now the U.S. has also gotten into Turkey. Turkey also said that they're gonna back Iran, and they a NATO country.
Right.
So that NATO alliance is getting a little cracked, and now Europe is coming along on the U.S. side.
Right.
So they being dragged into this theater, brother, deep. Deep into the theater. Say again.
Did you have some videos you want to go over? We got some as well, but I didn't know if you had something specific that you wanted to play.
I had a couple, but I don't have to go over them. I mean, let me see. It's whatever you want to do. I got the video showing the military officer angry about them trying to make him fight for Israel.
We got that one, General.
Okay. Do you also have the one with the Indian woman talking about all the battling out there? Did I send that one to you?
No, we don't have. If you send it to me, General, I'll send it right over to the brother.
Okay, let me see if I get wait a minute. Let me see. I might have already. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, I'll try to grab it right quick and I'll send it over to you. And that's another thing too, man. They already shut down RT, right? And they already restricted CNN and Fox News. But if you step outside of them, brother, to these news organizations in these other countries, they giving you the straight up their opinion of what's going on. They ain't pulling no punches on everything going on. According to them, according to some other nations, they said damn near all of the U.S. targeting system was destroyed.
Oh, wait.
You know what I mean? All the radar system, the THAAD system, they done compromise all that. And they put a restriction, everybody put a restriction on showing the bombings going on in Israel.
Right.
So we don't know. Go ahead, Salaki.
No, I was gonna say I seen the video, man. They tearing a mud hole in Israel.
They're kind of a con.
That's what I heard. that they bombing the hell out of it. And so now, excuse me, they saying now that there is no insurance. It's almost impossible to get insurance on shipments coming out of the Middle East. That no insurer will insure them ships. So the U.S. stepped in and said, we'll insure it. With U.S. taxpayer money, we'll insure the different ships that come up out of there. Now that, brother, is desperation.
Kind of kind.
And another thing, if I could, do you know how much plane tickets are going for to get out of Iran and out of them countries?
I was just watching the video, General. I seen when it said to get out of the Middle East is you got to pay like $300,000 to get on the plane.
Good.
That's right. For one ticket.
For one ticket.
Damn.
One ticket to get your butt up off that ground and get up out of there. And let me tell you something. They better do it. Why? Because if it break down, and them Iranians, they known for kidnapping.
Right.
They held them hostages back in the Reagan days and all that. Like you don't want to be sitting over there.
Right.
And they start kidnapping by the thousands. Over there. And now you in a jam up. And there's tens of thousands. They done made so much money off that oil and over there doing every nasty thing on earth. Over there in Dubai and UAE and all that in the big Saud kingdom. They was over there, brother, living deliciously.
Right.
Over there. And now with this bullshit, everybody is getting jammed up. So yeah, you're right. Them tickets is ridiculous.
General, we got the video if you want to play it.
Yeah, it's up to you. Come on, let's rock it.
Go ahead, play it.
That's crazy, man.
Out. No one wants to fight for Israel.
His hand. Dang.
Oh, his hand.
They broke his hand.
You heard it crunch.
Yeah,
yeah.
You understand? He on there talking about nobody wants to fight for Israel.
Yeah.
Which get me right on this, Journal. A lot of these white Americans are seeing that they being dragged into this war, you know what I'm saying, by Israel. You know what I'm saying? So it seems like it's dividing the country. Would I be right in saying that?
You would absolutely be right. And here's the thing. The US they doing a terrible job at their own propaganda.
Right.
That's why they got rid of the head of Homeland Security.
Right.
Because of all the bad press they got and all the heat they got for murdering them Americans. Like they expected them to murder them Americans and it to not come up. And they losing the propaganda war in the Middle East because they're tied to Israel.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like they losing that war when they supposed to be spinning the war. Hex said he trying to spin it. And here's the thing: this is a lesson to learn for anybody that wants to be a real leader. Now Esau will tell you not to do this, but the Lord is not with this. As a leader, man, you should never lie to your people about the situation. Like they done lied so much that don't nobody trust them no more.
Right.
You know, like Trump come out and say something, don't nobody know if it's real or not.
Right.
Because he says so many outlandish things that are not true.
Right.
So as a result, you don't know, is he telling the truth? Is this really happening? So once you start doing that, you start destroying your own ability to push your propaganda.
Right.
Because can't nobody trust you. You know what I mean? That's why they say it on CNN. They said the most trusted, I forget how the slogan go, but they say the most trusted news agency in the world, CNN or something like that. In other words, they trying to say, trust us. We're going to always tell you the truth, which of course they not, but you get my point. Like you don't want to get known for lying because then nobody listen to you. And then your enemy gets to push their propaganda and people believe them.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And you could best believe The Iranians are pushing they ain't sitting at home. You know what I mean? They known for their cyber warfare. So you can best believe you got blonde-haired, blue-eyed Edomites sitting on the internet telling you about how terrible Americans are.
Right.
Exactly.
For the war that's going over there. And if your propaganda is flaky because people don't trust you, then you're going to catch the vapors.
Right.
Okay, so
They're going to dismiss what you're saying. And so now that little stunt that he did is going viral. And the problem is people believe it.
Right.
Whether true or imagined. You know what I mean? People believe it.
Right.
And let's face it, you can't convince people of nothing after they done seen you eating babies, raping little girls. I mean, you ain't got a whole lot of juice in the tank. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
To push what you saying, which is a problem. Play it one more time if y'all don't mind.
Nah, I know what's up.
What?
You're in the bar, gentlemen.
Out. No one wants to fight for Israel.
His hand. Oh,
his hand. Salaki said.
They study pulling on him while he's saying his hand.
Yeah, man.
If I could, sir.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead,
hand. They broke his arm.
They broke his arm.
They broke his arm. And the diabolical part, what makes it more dynamic for the so-called American people, the one that video, the whole video is longer than that.
Right.
They were struggling and wrestling with that cat for a minute.
Yes, they were.
Before he grabbed the door in his hand. The one that ran up in the suit, that's a U.S. senator.
Damn.
Get Conor McCon. So that's a senator who decided to jump up off the pulpit up there and run down to assist them. And he grabbed his leg and pushed it, and that's when his arm popped.
Dang.
So that now the headlines are reading U.S. senator breaks U.S. Marine's arm.
Nice.
Let me tell you something about that arm he broke. Woo, that's about to get super expensive.
Oh God, oh God.
That arm crack, that's gonna be expensive. Because you're a U.S. senator and you attacked a man that said he did not want to fight for Israel when the propaganda is going out all over that every congressman and senator is owned by Israel.
Right. Oh wait.
So you look like what he's saying is true.
Right.
Why would you do that? You know what I'm saying? You look like what he's saying is true. He was just talking. They ejected him and grabbed him and dragged him out of there and broke his arm. And you jumped in and helped, which show you that's pain and panic. They are very, very worried. You know what I mean? This war with this Middle East is not, they might put the propaganda on the front, but trust me, ain't nobody on this planet taking this shit lightly.
Damn
because
right.
this could go anywhere they want. And they so, if I can show you how early they are in this war, they so early in it. Like I said, there's so many nasty things that people can use in war. And you give them enough time, there's a lot of other things that people can create in war.
Right.
And these things could become a major, major problem. And when you got Arab countries that are fragile, that he's putting the hammer on, then, you know what I'm saying, you really in a bad state. Now, the only other thing is they got the nukes. They got nukes.
Right.
You know what I mean? They got that. But now Russia just said they're going to help them with targeting. Xi Jinping just turned around and told his people, listen, examine what the United States is doing in terms of using technology, because, you know, they're using them systems that they used in Gaza to do the targeting of all these different sites.
Right.
And so it's a big deal because they seem to be able to step it up and, you know, send out so many hits and it be so accurate. But of course, if given enough time, they'll learn how to circumvent that as well. And before you know it, they'll start fooling the AI. They'll figure out a way. They'll use another AI and figure out a way. And now you got a whole nother mess going on. England just got in the war. Now England is allowed the U.S. to use their bases to do more attacks, which means it's going to be stepped up on that side.
Right.
So both sides are getting stepped up. They may quell it down. No, like Christ said, no man knoweth the time. But this much everybody can say: the Middle East has never been this much on fire before.
That's right, sir.
There was never a time, right or wrong.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. John, we got another clip we're gonna go to right quick.
Okay. Let me turn my heat.
No, ain't no sweat.
If I could, real quick, General.
Please,
if I could, sir. This next clip, I feel like it's like the MVP of the war so far, concerning Iranian missiles.
Okay.
If you look at these missiles that are being launched, you'll see on the ground a big brown dust cloud. And what I think we're seeing, I'm quite sure, although I'm talking off the top of my head now, is the missiles are being launched from tunnels underground, but the top of the hole from which the missile comes out is being blown open because it's covered with sand and probably a very shallow, fragile roof. So you can't see that there's a launch site from the sky. So it looks like just desert below you.
Yeah.
So for attacking these underground structures that are associated with tunnels, you can't even find the tunnel openings in these cases. You'll know later.
See this right here, and we don't know. It's just pure speculation how many of these they have. I've seen one expert we had on the show here said there could be hundreds of these things. We don't know that
easily.
But this just exposes the claim that our chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff made. I think it was yesterday or day before, where he said basically we've taken out half of their launchers. Half.
Yeah. I don't believe it.
Flying, and number one, I don't know how we know how many they have. So you don't know what the start point was. But now that you see this you don't even see a launcher here. So the idea that you're taking out their launch capacity seems not validated by the facts.
Man, I mean, what could be said? Like you can't even, like, that's how they beating the AI. Because it looked just like the desert.
Good night.
Which means they knew AI was going to be part of the battle, and they made sure that they had the weapons in a situation where you couldn't find them. And they said that Iran haven't even pulled out their heavy artillery yet.
Yeah,
they haven't even gone to the second phase. So if this is coming out the first phase, man, they putting some heat on the situation. Salakia.
Hey, if I could, it's like if I could, General, if I could, sir,
please.
This is how all these years that America has been sending delegates and inspectors over there to see if Iran had nuclear missile capabilities. You know what I mean? And trying to determine their capabilities. This video right here, like, it's kind of hard for Iran, like, to go back after this has been released, because now we know that they've been hiding missiles underground and camouflaging them so well that you don't know where they're gonna come from until they launch. You know what I mean? So I'm sure Iran has nuclear missiles and nuclear sites underground, unseen, just like those regular missiles, that more than America ever imagined that they have. Because I remember when I was younger, when they talk about how Iran enriched uranium to nuclear capabilities. And so the question was, when would they develop all these nuclear missiles? Obama and Clinton and Bush and all these other cats were looking at Iran for their nuclear capabilities, and they could never find nothing. But now, because outside our alum just, you know what I'm saying, just dropped the video about it, just, you know what I'm saying, the video just showed that they've been developing this underground. So we have and I'm sure every last one of them Iranian missiles is aimed right here towards America.
That's heavy. General, I guess it's safe to say, General, that Iran is not Venezuela.
I think that's a good calculation.
Give me right on that part, General.
I think you are absolutely correct in that calculation. You know what I mean? Like once again, Venezuela wasn't together as one. And one of the main reasons they wasn't together as one is because they was not worshiping the Most High.
Right.
The Iranians got their God in the desert and they then came against it. You think about it, they the most strictest religious organization, and they were the most powerful ones in the Middle East. Next to Israel, who's only powerful. Matter of fact, they are the most powerful because Israel only could take them out with the U.S.
Right.
Had the U.S. not backed Israel, they would have wiped Israel out. So they were the most powerful Middle Eastern country, you know what I mean, by far, without, you know what I mean, based on their religious and cohesionness, based on what they believe in.
Right.
So they became a formidable enemy for that very reason. And I don't know how well the U.S. would have done without Israel's help.
Right.
You know what I mean? The U.S. they probably couldn't take out the U.S., but they may have held the U.S. to a war of attrition long enough for the U.S. to have to back off. So it could have been, you know, it could have been bad, and it could still be bad because you know the big one is if they cut that water off. 90% of Saudi Arabia's imports come through the Straits of Hormuz.
Right.
So they shut that down, brother. Stuff starts shutting down.
Right.
The shutting down of oil is going to mess with the absolute world. Any companies making tires, any companies making plastics, any companies making anything that needs petroleum. And that includes gas, that includes, fuel, you know, gasoline, that includes anything that's used, that you use petroleum with to either refine, build, you know, whatever.
Right.
It affects that thing. And so that's going to reach all the way, you know, that's going to reach the whole world if it's allowed to run a little bit longer.
Right.
You know what I mean? And there's European countries like Germany and others who already are going through a recession from them fighting with Russia.
Right.
So now these cats go and cut the oil off and shut the back door on them. Now that's going to be a major problem. You know what I mean? And they saying that, and they saying if Saudi Arabia turns around and bombs the oil, I forget what they call those. What do they call that thing that they do for their water? I'm sorry, not oil, water. Because something they have to do to retain their water. Their water, of course, comes out of them deserts, so they gotta, you know, they gotta have like treatment plants for that water.
Right.
And if the Iranians bomb the treatment plants, according to some of the Chinese experts who could be propagandized, but according to them, they got 3 weeks. They said if they cut the ability for them to refine water in Saudi Arabia, the kingdom will fall in 3 weeks.
Damn.
That's what they say. Because it's the desert.
Right. And get me right on this, General. Saudi Arabia is a strong empire out there in the Middle East.
Okay, it depends on what you call strong, in my opinion, now. Because they strong in that they got the U.S. backing. They strong in that they got plenty of planes and plenty of bombs.
Right.
But they're not strong in terms of how you can do them in. And something the Iranians are doing that everybody else, even the U.S. is following the Iranians' pattern. And that is the Iranians think small and cheap. And other European countries that come out of World War II, you know, we got big carrier groups, big aircraft carriers, big $35 million planes. We got all the heavy stuff, but really in the stage of lasers and in the stage of drones and in the stage of AI, that kind of weaponry is really becoming obsolete.
Right.
Damn.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you had an aircraft carrier, man, with 12 Tomahawk missiles on it,
Right.
nobody wanted to see you in their waters because you could pop that Tomahawk right off that ship out and it come rolling into your town, you understand, off the sea and devastate everything in your town. But the problem now is somebody could be sitting on the shore and launch a $50,000 drone and that thing come and blow up the whole goddamn ship.
Right.
So now who's fighting cheaper and faster and better? Which is the big problem. Same with planes.
Right.
You know what I mean? You got a big $35 million plane. It got stealth capabilities, this, that, and the other. But then some fool that made a drone for near nothing and fly that thing up next to you and just ignite it. Now your whole expensive plane gets blown up.
Right.
So the Iranians are using a guerrilla style tactic that is hurting the U.S. They're trying to adjust now. They're trying to adjust and making the same drone. They took the Iranian drone, back engineered it, added a little bit of sophistication to it, and now they turning them drones out against the Iranians. They turning their own drone style out on them. So you know what I'm saying? So that's the problem with that kind of warfare. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Al.
No, I was just want to say, I seen a video on my way to the school that said, so far the United States has spent $3 billion on this war.
Good.
You know what I'm saying? All the weaponry, like you just named a few missiles that cost 35,000, and all this weaponry they're using that costs all this money. And they were saying that so far they didn't spend $3 billion on this war. You know what I'm saying? So like you were saying, as longer that this war go on, they're gonna come out of a lot of money. They're gonna spend a lot of money in this war, which I'm sure, you correct me on this, General, I'm sure that's gonna affect the U.S. economy in some way, form, or fashion.
Okay, that no, it's not. Like the U.S. got the deepest pockets on the planet. So they ain't gonna never run out of what they can do. But the problem is they can't run out of how effective they are. They can get outflanked. In other words, if they do shut down the water, now Saudi Arabia fall, that means everybody falling.
Right.
That means even your tech companies. If Saudi Arabia fall out, that's the end of Silicon Valley. Why? Because Saudi Arabia and those countries invested billions in all this AI technology.
Right.
Like they're the big investors in these companies.
Right.
So if they get jammed up, then the companies don't get their investment money, and so the Middle Eastern countries don't get their return.
Right.
So now they could. So in other words, they ain't gonna slow the U.S. pockets down, but boy, they can put a hurting on the entire situation.
Right.
Like it's great if you got deep pockets and high-powered weapons, but if ain't nothing left in the desert for you to come get, for you to protect, for you to save, that could be a problem.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Which is leading to the next big question: is Donald Trump going to be willing to put troops on the ground?
Right.
Because he needs 250,000 troops to go take that country, probably more. And who are you gonna put on that ground in those numbers? Man, it'll be bad. Then that'll be another forever war, just what he was trying to avoid. Because it'll go on forever and ever. It'll go on like Afghanistan went on. It'll go on like Vietnam went on. It'll just go on and on and on. They'll just pass the shit down to their sons, and now their sons bombing you. Their sons building roadside bombs, and it'll just go on and on. It's going to be like Iraq is. They rose up in Iraq and bombed the hell out of the green zone in Iraq.
Right.
It was like the most sacred, solid zone. They went in there and bombed the damn thing, which is, once again, that's the part they got to worry about. Not how much money they got in their pockets. And how much money they got in their pockets has also puffed them up.
Right.
Also made them puffed up, which leads you to the scriptures. You know what I mean? Where the Lord said he hated a proud look.
Damn
You know
right.
what I'm saying? And then where he said he gonna break the staff of Egypt.
Right.
You know what I mean? Which we could go into if y'all feeling any of that.
Somebody grab that scripture break fast. Real quick, I believe I will want to say something, General.
Please,
Well,
I want to go ahead.
well, sir, just on your recent point, we do got a couple videos on a potential ground war in Iran. If you want to see those,
sure. Let's take a shot. Y'all want to check it out?
General, what was that scripture you called for again?
When the Lord said, "I will break the staff of Egypt." And I really want to get Ezekiel 13 in a second, but we can wait on that one.
We'll grab that as well too, General.
Because what did they name this attack? Operation what?
Fury,
Epic
right?
Fury.
Epic Fury.
Epic Fury.
Epic Fury. Like they should be careful with the Lord. Like you should not be calling out stuff you doing Epic Fury.
Right.
Because you might meet the Lord's fury.
General.
And he gonna bring you into reality that you just a man. Salaki, go ahead,
I ain't no sweat. You want the scripture first or the video, General?
Either one. It's up to you. We can go to video first if you want. Whatever y'all want to do.
President Trump has not ruled out boots on the ground in Iran. Are you afraid of a U.S. invasion in your country?
No, we are waiting for them.
You are waiting for the U.S. military to invade the ground troops?
Yes, because we are confident that we can confront them, and that would be a big disaster for them.
President Trump has.
Brother, there will be no falafel being baked in Iran. He said, we waiting on them.
What God?
Damn.
What God, General? They ready to get it on.
I'm telling you.
You got the precept?
Go ahead.
Yeah. You got the precept?
Break the step of Egypt.
Yeah. Read the one you got, y'all down. You got that one?
Ezekiel 13.
Yeah, you know where you want to go on Ezekiel 13, Joe?
Ezekiel 13 and 10.
Kind of what kind, sir.
And then if I could, I got to bring out about D-Dan now because it's real. Russia done got in it, Cat.
Right.
Russia is in it back in Iran while Iran is attacking Saudi Arabia. You understand? And the war is going to step up right in the northern western side of Saudi Arabia, which is on the border of Iraq and Iran, the land of D-Dan, the Most High's prophecy. This thing is getting hot.
Kind of one kind, John.
Let's ride. Let's go to him.
Yes, sir.
Kind of what kind? Ezekiel chapter 13 and verse 10. Got it, Akim?
Kind of what kind?
Because even because they have seduced my people, saying,
right. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Saying peace, and there is no peace.
Right. They seduced the Lord's people with this peace, and got us all caught up in it when the Lord is saying there was never any peace. Like, who gave us the impression that there was peace? As a people, we had better prepare for a diminishing of the empire, and more importantly, a diminishing of us in the eyes of those who've had us in slavery for 400 years. We already saw the turning back of the clock. They wanted to turn the clock back. They want to get back to the days, as they call it, the days where they make America great. You understand? Which means really only means one thing: the days when we had no rights and they felt great because they always had somebody under their foot. You understand? Like, you got to understand. Once again, I'm always bringing it up, but brother, I find it so fascinating to study the characteristics of people that abuse people. Because when I study those characteristics, they are totally entrenched in the way that America treats Black people. There's absolutely no difference. And that is exactly why they want to turn the clock back. They want to turn the clock back to the days when they were able to be abusive. When the days when you had to regulate them. Like they were able to be, off the chain in their evil and abuse. And you had to be the one that constantly begged them to be sane, begged them to be, humane, because they didn't never want to be humane. They never want to be civilized. They wanted to be like wild animals on everything they touched. And so they needed somebody there to beat on so they could regulate themselves, so that they could say, okay, ooh, I gotta cool out, man, because I'm ready to kill these people. Like they need that. And we've been that for so long. We've been to Oprah Winfrey. We've been to Aunt Jemima. We've been to Step and Fetch It. You know what I mean? That was us. That was us regulating their, maniac abuse to everybody around them. And they want to push us back there. Why? Because they have nobody to regulate them. That's why they're over there in the Middle East now going to fuck off. Excuse my French. With some nonsense that they ain't think through. Because they don't have nobody to regulate them. Nobody to make them not act like a monster. And so they want to put us back in there, and we should be getting ready for that. We should be considering how we're going to move forward in terms of being able to feed ourselves, clothe ourselves, keep ourselves safe away from whatever it is they planning to do to help bring themselves into destruction. Salaki, keep it going on.
Kind of what sir. And one built up a wall, and lo, others dealt it with untempered mortar.
Right. They build up a wall, and then others come in and put mud on that wall to keep it together, but the mud is untempered. It ain't good mud. It's the kind of mud that breaks easy, cracks easy. They think that wall is a good wall of security, but it ain't nothing secure about it. And that's the mindset that we that they are in this empire. That look at us, look at who we are. None could touch us. Nobody could come up against us. That's what Haman thought. That's what others thought. So many thought that way. And the Lord put them to flight. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I mean? And so not thinking this through could end up destroying half of Europe, could destroy everything, could destroy the world's economy. Like going in here could destroy so much. You know what I mean? Of what's going on. Go ahead.
Kind of what say unto them which dab it with untempered mortar, that it shall fall. There shall be an overflowing shower.
Right. That it shall fall. It ain't gonna hold you up. The defense systems of all these nations, including the Edomites, is not going to protect you.
Right.
This wall is flawed. And the reason it's untempered mortar is because it does not involve the Most High. That's why it's untempered mortar. That's why it's weak. It's weak because you haven't considered the Lord. You haven't said to yourself, well, the great powers that rule the universe, we need to recognize that we've abused their children, his children. We've abused his name. We've abused their identity. We're actually fighting with a people who are claiming their identity, which is what Tucker Carlson brought out. So now, if they had considered all those things, then they would have said, well, let's first fix this. Let's fix this with them, and then we can go ahead about our business. They didn't do that.
Right.
They didn't respect the Most High. And the Most High said, fear is the beginning of understanding. How are you going to consider yourself wise and you don't have no fear of the Lord? You have no belief that the Lord even exists.
Right.
If you don't see him every day, you all puffed up in your own stupid mind, thinking that you can actually do something on this earth and it'll last and still stand, just like any weak wall. You build a wall up, it look good. You put the mortar on it, it looks strong.
That's it.
It looked like, yeah, you got it under control until it falls. then you say, oh shit, it's untempered mortar. Go ahead.
And ye, O great hailstone, shall fall.
And you, oh great hailstone. That hailstone, like hail come down from the sky and hit you and bust you in the head. That's Esau. He's the one bringing that great hailstone. And eventually this empire, like all empires, are going to fall. And this empire is written in judgment by the Most High. So it's just, I'm sorry for the Edomites to say it, but it's gonna all fall. Now, will it be this time? Will it be at this time? I don't know, because the Lord said, "No man knoweth the time." But you can best believe that this is a great examination of what is about to happen, either now or in the near future. Go ahead.
If I could, General, like what you were saying, how he don't fear the Most High. The sad part about it is how he have taught us as a people not to fear the Lord. You know what I'm saying? And you go out and see what we do every day.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? As far as all the abominations that we take part in here in America, that shows we have no fear of the Lord at all. You know what I'm saying? Come to mind that scripture with in the Revelations where it say, who have worshipped the beast,
right?
Who able to make war for him,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Instead of us fearing the Lord, we fear the White House. You know what I'm saying? We fear white Jesus. We fear what they taught us to fear, which is them.
Right.
And when you fear them, you know what I'm saying? That's who you're gonna make your petition to get free.
Right.
How in the hell you gonna make a petition to your slave master to get free when he the one that put us in captivity? That don't even make no damn sense. You see what I'm saying? Like Yahanna been teaching this for a very long time. Instead of us voting for the white man and making our petition to him to take us out of this hell, we supposed to go above him, man.
Right.
We supposed to be making our petition to the Lord to get up out of this. We supposed to be fearing the Lord, and when we fear the Lord, guess what's gonna happen to black and brown people once we truly fear the Most High? We not gonna be like them.
Right.
You get my point? Like while this third world war is going on, which is so heavy, you know what I'm saying, what you breaking down, Jonah, we appreciate you coming on to break all this information down because this need to be heard. Our people need to hear this in this critical time.
That's right.
Because guess what? White people, they tuning in to CNN to see what's going on. You see what I'm saying? The Arab world, they tuning in to the Arab world to see what's going on. Where does this leave Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian people? Where do you fit in all of this? You get my point? You fit in this, you need to be tuning in to the prophets of God. You need to be tuning in to Commander Yahanna on what he's bringing out right now. You know what I'm saying? And not just tuning in, but you brothers and sisters, we got to start doing what Commander Yahanna say, because he's been ordained by the Most High to lead Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians in this time when we need to be led.
Damn right.
So many of my leaders then led us wrong. Farrakhan, General just said he did the best he could.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes, he did.
But the best he could wasn't good enough because he joined us to Islam.
Damn
so many of our brothers, they gonna feel like they need to be in this fight with Iran and with these Arab countries. And guess who that leave? Guess who that leave out? That leave out us.
That's right.
This is the reason why you're not supposed to be involved in another man's religions, man.
That's right.
Because guess what? So many of the ones that's in Islam gonna want to join the Arabs.
That's right.
But guess what? It's a great majority of us that's joined in Christianity that's gonna go fight for the so-called white man in America. And guess what? And ain't gonna make it back home.
That's right.
You understand? Because we want to join the beast and fight for him instead of fight for our own people.
Damn
you know
right.
I yield, General.
Damn right. I was heavy, bro. I was so heavy.
You want to finish the rest of this, General? You want to go to the other scripture?
We could walk this a little bit if y'all up for it, unless somebody else was gonna say something.
No, we up for it, General.
All right, let's keep going a little bit if y'all don't mind.
Colonel, sir.
Not at all, sir.
And a stormy wind shall rend it.
Shall rip it in half. A stormy wind. Meaning that stormy wind, that's coming from them deserts. That's why I say a stormy wind. Because it's not a rainy wind, it's a stormy wind.
Right.
It's a sandstorm. It's gonna rend this place, man. Go ahead. Like the problem, let me tell you something. The problem with this world is this whole entire world is built off of oil.
Damn.
Which is such a weakness.
Right.
It's such a weakness. You know what I'm saying? And listen, they have other ways for alternative energies, but they can't make billions off of it. Like they could have given Americans everything they need to never need another drop of oil. They got enough land.
Right.
They could have really spread this empire out and, you know, given the people what they needed, and they would have never had to been up under the gun over no oil. But like greed and pride, like they were so greedy. They couldn't, you know what I'm saying? Like they could not stop. You know what I mean? My rib got a saying from the South, y'all probably heard of it, where she says, pigs get slaughtered, but pigs get killed, but hogs get slaughtered. And I always ask her, what you mean pigs get killed, but hogs get slaughtered? Meaning the pig is greedy and he ends up getting killed. But the hog is so greedy that when they come to kill him, they ready to slaughter him.
Yeah,
because he's so goddamn greedy, because he's a hog. You know what I mean? And the empire has carried themselves in that manner. When they had what it took, but it wasn't profitable. Everybody's heard the stories of how the rich leaders took over the medical industry because they didn't want people to go natural, and how they took over the agricultural areas so that you couldn't just use agriculture to eat. They needed you to buy your stuff out of a supermarket, out of a box. And they made the adjustments to do all those things, you know what I mean, with their billions just to get rich. And because of it, now, you know what I mean, it's coming back to bite them. Everybody's getting cancer. Everybody's getting diseases.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Food prices are so high, nobody can feed themselves. Nobody has any farmland to sustain themselves. Like they did all these things being extra greedy instead of considering the latter end. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, hold this one. Can I jump to another one, y'all?
Please.
Get that one where the Lord said, thou didst not consider. Y'all know that one? Y'all know that one? Just read that one if you could, and then we'll jump back on this, and then we'll go to D-Dan and get the prophecy down. You know what I'm saying? If y'all don't mind running a little bit.
You need Isaiah 14.
Another 15 minutes or so.
Come on, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Because let me tell you something. Prophets of the Lord, Jonah was jealous when the Lord did not destroy Nineveh. Like, that's how tight the prophets was with the Most High. They rode with the Lord tight as hell. David liked to fall down and die when he found out, when it was discovered how he had violated the Most High. They said for 2 weeks he couldn't even get up off the bed. Like, these are men that attached themselves to the Lord, knowing that in the end of all of this, they're going to get in the kingdom that'll never fight another war and never have to come up against anybody or defend themselves against anybody. And that, brother, is worth everything. And you got to attach yourself, you got to seek out the Most High and attach yourself to that level. Brothers in here have done it and are doing it every single day. Sisters too. And it is fully effective in knowing what it is that's happening to us. I mean, we so comforted by what is going on in the world that we fully understand it. When people is in deep panic. You got it? Let me know when you got it.
Khan Wakan, sir, the book of Isaiah, chapter 14 and verse 16. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms?
Right. They're going to ask, that's not the one I asked for, though.
Oh, sorry, sir.
Khan. It done slipped me now.
You said that thou didst not consider, sir?
Right. Okay. It's the one where he said, I put my people into your hands, and you did not consider the latter end. I'm paraphrasing.
Oh, Kana Wakan.
You know that one? Where he said thou didst not consider. Sorry about that, fam.
No, I know Swidgen.
Grab that one for me real quick. I'm gonna get two more. I'm gonna get one in Isaiah, and then, like I said, if we could just read, I hope everybody don't mind hanging with us a little bit, but if we could read that story about this prophecy, because this prophecy is fully alive.
Isaiah
I mean, it is alive. You hear me? Brothers asking me for the channel. What we on? ISUBK, Chicago?
ISUBK Chicago or ISUBK Roundtable Truth Network.
Okay.
Either or.
Okay.
All right, Kana Wakan, sir. It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 47 and verse 6. I was wroth with my people. I have polluted mine inheritance.
Right. He was angry with us, polluted us, meaning he destroyed us and let the other nations take over and put us in this captivity. He did that. He did that for us because of what we had done. We was ridiculous. We was like the other nations are. Like, once again, we just like your child, no different. You raise your child, you feed your child breakfast, you give your child rules and all that. Your child get a certain age, become a teenager, now he decides he's going to run in the streets with other kids and do things that you said not to do. And you go out there, man, and embarrass him and just do him in for what he did for a period of time so he can learn the lesson. And that's exactly what happened to us. Like, we wanted to go do what the other nations did. We want to worship their God. We want to live their style. We want to go to Dubai and have Arabs defecating on us. Buying every little nasty Arab girl and every little nasty chai boy, as they call it. That's what we want to do. We want to, you know what I mean? We want to be like Russell Simmons and fly around molesting people's children in the Southeast or whatever they seem to accuse him of. I don't know how true it is, but we all know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what we want to do. We want to be all up there in Hollywood. We you know, Mike Epps brought it out. He said, they'll pay you, you get rich, but you better not flex on them. They'll let you know, go flex on your people. And sure enough, that's what we want to do. We want to flex on our people by showing that we right up there with the slave master. Meanwhile, we up in there drinking blood, eating babies, all kind of disgusting madness that they into. That's what the Lord was against. Go ahead.
Kana Wakan, I have polluted mine inheritance and given them into thine hand.
Right. He polluted. He did do us in. But instead of you saying to yourself, man, let's be cool. We know that we done had them in slavery many years. We done destroyed them. You see they in poverty, they in hell, they on drugs. Their mind is twisted up and they on the streets at every corner. They don't know what they doing. But let's don't get puffed up. Let's consider that there's gonna come a time where God gonna come get them. There'll come a time when the Lord is gonna say, you know, enough. That's enough punishment. But here's what the Lord said that they said.
Kana Wakan, thou didst show them no mercy.
But you showed them no mercy. You didn't even consider. Go ahead. You showed them no mercy. I'm sorry. I'm jumping ahead on the scripture.
Sorry. Upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke.
And brother, that is such a heavy, heavy point. He said, upon the ancient. Like, don't you know who these people are? These are the people you reading about in your archaeology. This is the people whose tombs you opening up with gold and silver. These are the ancient people sitting here. I put them in your hands. I put the greatest ancient people in your hands for you to deal with. And instead of you saying, yo, these is the ancient people, man, they are certain people. They're in our captivity. We're gonna make them work underneath us. But let's not forget who these people are.
Right.
This is an ancient race of people. Esau do it all the time. He go out in the middle of the ocean and find some animal that is damn near extinct, or he go to the middle of Africa and find some animal that's damn near extinct. And he say, well, you know, let's preserve the animal. Let's see if we can fix their habitat so they can multiply and be who they supposed to be. Let's don't just hunt them all into extinction, but not this man. He ain't consider. He ain't even say that. He would not allow us to have one drop of our dignity and self-respect. So he turned around and then go ahead, let me let you finish. You was gonna say something? I'm sorry, Al.
No, go ahead, John. I was just agreeing with you.
Come, most uncorrect. Go ahead, Al.
Come, verse 7. And thou sayest, I shall be a lady forever.
Meaning, I don't care what I do. That's the mindset they in now. We the Department of War. Now, he said the other day something like, no apologies, no politics, no this, no that. Like, we ain't doing none of that no more. You know what I'm saying? We just gonna kill. He didn't say that, but I'm just saying. He basically was trying to transmit the point that we ain't doing all that kissing behind and all that and playing politics and nation building. He used the term nation building and all that. No, we ain't doing none of that. Meaning we're gonna come bomb your country into the Stone Age and we're gonna take what we want and we out. You know what I mean? We're gonna do it like in the old days. That's what he's trying to ramp up to. That's what a puffed up, proud man would ramp himself up to. But then you playing with the Most High. You playing with the whole nother dimension. And you don't even know it. You ain't spiritual enough to read that you dealing with something way beyond your wildest imagination and technology. So you didn't even consider it. And as a result, now the Most High got to step in and show you what he made of. Is there more on that verse?
Con, Jenna, if I could, I seen that same clip that you talking about where the Edomite was saying all rules of war is off the table.
Dang.
Because they had some cats talking about the Geneva Convention. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's supposed to be rules to warfare. It's supposed to be certain things that you don't do in war.
Right.
But the United States said all of that's off the table. You get my point? They ain't following no Geneva conventions, none of that. And it's always what you said, General, that this country is just ran by gangsters, man. Like, you want to know where that whole gangster mentality come from? Like, these the people that it come from here. Right? That's why you never join people like this here. Right. Because when you become what they become, look, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna anger the Most High and you're gonna destroy yourself. Right. And what the general bringing out is that's what he's about to get ready to do. Right. He telling you, because when they sank the Iranian ship, they were supposed to they said they were supposed to go pick them up and something, either save them out the water or call somebody to let them know they sunk the ship. They said the U.S. bombed the Iranian ship and just pulled off. Wow. And that was that. Go ahead, Joe.
I was just gonna say, and 100 soldiers died because they left them in the water.
Gun.
They just turned the boat around and pulled out and left them in the water in India's territory.
Yep.
Let them, so they ain't respect India, they ain't respect none of that, and just let them cats die in the middle of the water. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, man, they had 130 something soldiers on that ship, and on like 30 something of them got delivered. The other 100 got killed after that torpedo hit it. Like you don't understand. They just don't understand what it is that the Lord will do.
That's
you know what I mean? The Lord will send a mosquito and bring your nation to his knees.
Right. Facts.
Yeah, right, Joe.
You know what I mean? He'll send the bumblebees. The bumblebees a bigger army than you'll fuck your country up. You popping them ships, popping that shit. The bumblebees come in and fuck you up just like an army.
Damn right.
He did it to Pharaoh. Pharaoh was popping that shit. He sent them locusts in there. Them locusts fucked that Egyptian country up. Them locusts didn't give a damn who Pharaoh what? Yeah, well get some of this. And they even tore his ass up. He still ain't listened. They sent the frog. Like the Lord got plenty of armies. He ain't got I mean, like they looking at us beating and broken and in the ground and say, these niggas can't do nothing. The Lord don't need us to do something.
Right.
He send the bullfrog on you, man. You know what I mean?
Right.
You wake up in the middle of the night, that nigga going in your drawers. You hit the goddamn ceiling. This motherfucker in your drawers talking about burp, 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 burp. Fuck you all the way up.
God, with God, sir.
Hey, the Lord don't care about that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like he's to be respected, or he'll show you he's to be respected. Like he had to show our dumb ass. We didn't want to listen, but he showed us, didn't
he? Yeah, he did.
We listening now, ain't we?
No, that's a fact, Joe.
Hey, we all ears now, cat, right or wrong.
Man,
like brother, I was watching brothers the other night. Brothers in these scriptures are breaking down they call Muhammad. I'm like, General, can you break down why the comma was on the end of the word it? What did that mean? Like we listening now. You know what I'm saying? We trying to understand these records now. We trying to make sure we don't miss nothing.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's gonna anger the Most High. You know what I mean? Which is how we gonna be in this kingdom. I ain't mean to cut in on you. We still going.
No, you good, General. I believe that you want to finish the scripture, General.
Yeah, if we could, real quick. I know I'm gonna have to give it up because I might have to come back and do it maybe on Monday night or something. But I do want to get that prophecy. I want to bring that out. You know what I'm saying? So, but we can finish this one up, and maybe if you could squeeze in Isaiah 51 real quick. What verse you had in this one?
So like sir, we're on verse 7.
Yeah, okay, is there more to keep going? Let me let you finish.
Okay, come. So that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart.
That's what I wanted to part there. You didn't lay this in your heart. You ain't say, man, these is the ancient people. Let's don't mess this up.
Right.
Let's don't piss him off. Like you go back and read the archaeology on them other nations, and you look at them other nations like they ignorant and stupid because they turn around and say, well, you got to respect the God of the water, or you got to respect the God of the sky, or you got to respect this and that. And you look at them like they was just ignorant. They didn't know no better. And they was ignorant and they didn't know much better, but they were smart enough to know that he wanted one of these is the God. And whichever one it is, we're going to make sure all of them is good.
Right.
Until he get right. You know what I mean? Like they feared enough to know not to do those things that should not be done. And when they did do it, their empire got destroyed. I think that's enough on that, right?
You good on
The last part, sir, said, neither didst thou remember the latter end of it.
Oh man, you got the best part. Neither did you what? The latter end?
Neither didst thou remember the latter end of it.
Right. Will show you, the Lord show you that they know what is going to happen. Like you know already that the Lord is going to bring the Third World War. They using the term the Third World War. Wait a minute, get me right on this, Cap. Didn't they come out and say that one of them top soldiers said Trump was brought here to bring in the Third World War or something like that?
You know
what I'm saying? If y'all can get that. They already knew what the latter end is.
Till we get that tape out.
You know what I mean? So how you gonna act like you don't know what is about to go down in this earth? Why would you take a chance right now? Why would you further provoke the situation? You know what I'm saying? Can I get one more before we roll?
Yeah, John, if you could read this 8th verse.
Please.
That's what I went over to the 50 sockets.
And if you could, John, you ain't got to be no rush. We strapped in tight here tonight. You know what I'm saying?
Most High in Christ. This Friday night thing, y'all got it right out there. Y'all out in Chicago like it ain't hell in Chi-Town.
We about to get this coffee machine rolling in 2 seconds.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, I said.
We here for the long haul, Joe. Don't even
Both sides, right.
Go ahead, read that.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 47 and verse 8. Therefore, hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, that saith in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me.
That's what they get ready to come out with. Sorry to cut you off. That's what they get ready to come out with. As they get further and further, and they bring out all this disclosure and the fake God and all of this, they're going to have aliens coming out saying, or AI robots coming out saying, there is no God, that it was a miscalculation of all the records of the past. You understand? You have to deal with reality. Reality is that there is no God. Blah 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 blah. Like they don't, because they don't believe in the Most High. They don't want you believing in the Lord, because look at Iran. This is what happens when you believe in a God other than than them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they don't need you doing that. So they're gonna definitely say, you know, we want you to believe this, but the Lord said, "Thou that dealeth carelessly," meaning you ain't considered this end. You careless with what you do. You bombing and taking over and overthrowing, and you acting like there's no God. So what the hell am I worried about it for?
Right.
There is a God. And Daniel called him a terrible God. And he was the Lord's prophet. The Lord's prophet said, "This is a terrible God. Meaning, this is not a cat you want to mess with at all in what you're doing." You know what I mean? Not terrible like he's a bad God, but terrible like he is the most fearsome God that you will ever come across in your life.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Oh, wait. Man, Salaki, sir. I got a feeling we're gonna be pulling this clip.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Salaki, sir.
Go ahead.
Kana Wakan, that says in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me.
Right.
I shall not sit as a widow. Neither shall I know the loss of children. Verse 9. But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day.
Come on.
The loss of children and widowhood. They shall come upon thee in their perfection of the multitude of thy sorceries, and for the great abundance of thine enhancements. Enchantments.
So meaning when it goes down, ain't nobody gonna wonder it's gonna be in its perfection.
Right.
Everybody gonna be like, you know how something happened, and everybody say, well, damn, what did we expect? Of course that happened. That's how they gonna be when this happens. When this thing go down, everybody gonna say, what did we expect to happen? Of course this happened. You know what I mean? It's obvious this was gonna happen. And sure enough, it's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? And because of the sorceries and your enchantments, meaning for all the technology you using as witchcraft with Satan, all of this technology you using on the left-hand side, the Lord said, this sorcery you doing, this worshiping of all kinds of things other than the Lord, you gonna get all of this in 1 hour. And loss of sons is just, I mean, that's commonplace since the days of Egypt.
Right.
Like when the Lord come to punish you, them sons is gonna be gone. And the way we looking at it right now, boy, I don't know. They looking like they gonna call up them sons. You know what I'm saying? Like if they go ahead and do that, I mean, most experts don't believe they will do that because of the amount of men that it takes to go in there and the amount of casualties that they would have to lose just to get it. But they don't understand Donald Trump and people that think like he thinks. They cannot walk away with shame.
Right.
He can't walk away with mud on his face. It's an impossibility of him doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like he already don't never say he wrong about nothing.
Right.
So he never, you know what I'm saying? So you don't think he gonna go walk up out of there and say I made a mistake? That'd be the end of his presidency.
Right.
To back out of it, period, would be the end of his presidency. So he ain't trying to do that, and he definitely ain't trying to do it when he may get the chance to invoke the War Powers Act, which means he don't got to stop. He get to suspend them election, which means he get to run for a good amount of time and do whatever he want to do and not even worry about it no more.
Right.
He might get another term just on the War Powers Act. He can get the War Powers Act, man, and he could run that for 3-4 years.
Right.
And if that happens, be rest assured, Donald Trump was chosen by the Lord, because getting another election is almost near impossible. But if he get in office again, we all gonna have to say, well, blessed be the name of the Lord. He put this cat back in office another term, he must got some work for him. And I got bad news. It ain't gonna be good work.
Right.
It ain't gonna be good work. You know what I'm saying?
Good. Right.
Y'all got to let me. There's more in that verse, or can I move on to one more?
We can move on, sir.
Okay, I appreciate it. Y'all, Isaiah 51:22, and I'm getting up off it.
Kind of Wakan.
22 and 23 verse.
It's the book of Isaiah.
We'll do the prophecy on Monday. Cap, you need to come on the show Monday, man.
Kind of Wakan. I'm with it, John.
John, all right. That's what's up.
Kind of the one kind.
You know, man. Be a pleasure.
Sir.
Be a pleasure to get you up on there, man.
Man, I appreciate it, John.
Damn right. Damn right. Go ahead, Doc. I'm sorry.
You said 22 and 23, sir?
Isaiah 51 and verse 22 and 23. Yep.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 51 and verse 22. Thus saith the Lord, thus saith thy Lord, the Lord, and thy God that pleadeth the cause of his people.
Right. He trying to let them know. Thus saith thy Lord, the Lord. Like in other words, thus saith your God, the real God.
Right.
He's trying to check us on the thing. Here's what he's saying, and make it clear to us that what he's about to tell you is going to go down. Go ahead.
Behold, I have taken out of thine hand the cup of trembling.
That's right.
Even the dregs of the cup of my fury.
Right. He's taking that cup out of his hand. We done had that cup for 450 years.
That's
right.
We had that cup since the days they was building ships out of wood.
Right.
We done been drinking that cup. We've been drinking that cup out an entire world's lifespan.
Right.
They went from wooden ships to spaceships. Wooden boats on the water, all the way to spaceships to other planets, all while we sat in captivity up underneath them.
Damn, right. Damn.
That gives you the reality of how long we were in captivity.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like we done lived a world's lifespan in jail, so to speak. Go ahead.
Thou shalt no more drink it again.
We ain't gonna drink it again. We ain't gonna no more drink it again. Why? Christ's kingdom. Christ's kingdom is gonna be everything to us. We get that kingdom, brother, it's over. You ain't gonna never have to look back on nothing. All the best of whatever the earth ever had to offer is coming your way. Whether it be food, whether it be family, whether it be joy, whether it be wives, whether it be beautiful days, whatever. Whatever the best is coming to you. Because guess what? They had a chance to have the best. And they enjoyed it. They enjoying it right now over there in the UAE, and Dubai, and everywhere else. And so in the kingdom, you understand? They've had the best. Imagine you in 2026, and you got a kingdom like Saudi Arabia with marble floors, and glass stores, and international business. And then on top of it, got the greatest Edomite empire as your bodyguard.
Right.
And you got the best commodity on earth, oil. Like they living deliciously. They got oil to sell as much as they want. On top of it, one of the most beautifulest kingdoms, and they got the biggest, baddest Edomite saying, "Man, I'll back you up. I'll be your bodyguard. Just pay me a good amount of money." And that's exactly what's going on. So they living amazing. And it's not just them, but the whole OPEC oil groups, the children of those groups. Now, if they burning their own people, that's on them. That ain't got nothing to do with us.
Right.
You know what I mean? But the Lord surely gave it to them. Now the same should happen to us. You know what I mean? Not to mention America's power and ability and greatness and so forth. You know what I mean? We don't even know where he's living at off this planet. He could be living in a pod on the moon, as far as we know. You know what I'm saying? Who knows what the hell he's doing? But he didn't live deliciously while we stayed in the slave quarters for almost 500 years. Go ahead,
Khan, verse 23. But I will put it into the hand of them that afflict thee.
People don't understand the Lord's revenge, man. Whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. Don't nobody get away with nothing in the Lord's kingdom. You ain't getting away with nothing. What's wrong with you?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you think you hiding the cookies from daddy while you've been eating the cookies and the jar empty. He already know. He heard you when you left your bedroom. Right. He already knew you was down there eating them cookies.
Right.
When you get up in the morning, think you're gonna get dressed and go to school, and he slide up in that room and you see that belt over his head, all horror and terror come down on you. You ready to give up the ghost. Now you wish you had never touched them damn cookies, man.
Right.
And that's what's going on right here. Go ahead.
Kind of a con, which have said to thy soul, bow down, that we may go over.
And that's the spirit of an abuser. An abuser wants your soul to be on the ground. Like he can't just go on his own. He got to have you as the ground. Like the ground is already there. You can walk on the ground. But that ain't enough for him. He got to walk on the ground on you. And then he could feel like himself.
Right.
Then he could feel encouraged. When your spirit is broken and on the ground. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
And thou hast laid thy body as the ground and as the street to them that went over.
And we did it. We laid our body as the ground.
That's right.
We did it for them. And guess what? You still reap what you sow.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? You don't just get away with that. You still reap what you sow. Salakia Cap, I think I'm good.
Man,
anybody bring it out? No time pray.
Man, General, we appreciate you coming on.
Appreciate you.
Damn right, General, breaking down these different prophecies and time that's going on in the earth right now. Very, very critical time for our people who definitely need to wake up. You could join Commander Jenny High Monday night on the Black Watch Radio Monday night. I believe it's 9 p.m. Eastern, if I'm not mistaken.
That's right.
Commander Jenny Yahanna, you said you're gonna go into the prophecy, General.
Yes, definitely, without a doubt. Monday night, Lord allow. I got to revisit Ezekiel the 38th chapter and Joel the 3rd chapter, because it is like now that Russia has said that they're going to back the Iranians with defenses, for targeting defenses. This a whole nother ball game going on here now.
Right.
Like, this is the first time Russia done stepped their neck out a little bit, and China might step their neck out a little bit in a second too. And if that happens, then it's this gonna be a problem. And the reason it's a problem is because now they can bring more weapons into the theater, which is a problem. Because if in other words, Iranians can spend their stockpiles and still get more weapons outside the country brought in, then you could keep bombing their country as long as you want. They just keep getting more weapons.
Right.
And they are another people that have a bottomless pit when it comes to cash, because they got power over oil.
That's right.
So it's on. So I wanted to bring it out, man. The whole thing about D-Dan is so important, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Because it's so on point with what is happening, and it's so much mercy on us as a people for the Lord to show us. He don't have to show us, nothing.
Right.
What do you got to talk to us about? We've been sinning for years.
Right.
You know what I mean? As a people. Like, what do you got to talk to us about? But the fact that he's given us the layout to ensure us, to comfort us in these dark times, so we can maintain our dignity and self-respect and have an understanding of what's going on. We can't thank the Most High enough. You know what I mean? We need to pray to the Most High, thank the Most High, you know what I mean? Sing the high praises of the Most High, because he has definitely delivered us every time. And this is one more time where it's going to go down. I can't wait to see it happen.
Right. Give it up.
Damn right. I can't wait to see the smugness on these nations. I can't wait to see the Lord wipe it off their face.
That's right.
Yeah.
Man, we appreciate you, General. Again, join General Monday night on the Black Watch. And with that, we're going to salute the General out.
Y'all,
Yabashima Shabaka Thumb, the water Akim, appreciate your time. Water for having us.
The Yonderbot, General, appreciate you coming on. Real quick, man, like always, man. General, you know, he do his thing, man. I'm definitely, you know what I'm saying, gonna join on Monday night on the Black Watch. We're gonna get it in. Like always, man, before we go out, well, thank these amazing hosts for rocking it out with me every week. Excuse me, to my right, Lamar Yala, give him a hand. And the announcement, brother.
Con. Like always, make sure to like, follow, share, subscribe to all Round Table of Truth social media pages, Real Nigga University. We will be, the Round Table of Truth will be attending the 4th annual 312 Awards this coming Sunday. That's right. March 8th. You understand? We'll be there from 5 p.m. until, you understand? We always try to show out and do what we can. And then, of course, next up we have coming up the Lord's 57th annual Passover. That's right. You understand? Make sure to go out to Houston, Texas, April 1st through the 5th. Make sure to come out, and also make sure to pay your $200 Passover fee per person per adult ages 17 and above.
Damn right. Give it up. Give it up. That, man, I also want to give it up to my amazing host to my left, doing what he do every week, Officer Yara Don. You understand? Any announcements, y'all done?
Con, sir.
Come on with it.
Yes, sir. You know, also make sure you pay your tithes. ISUPK.com. 10% of everything you earn should come to the priests and the prophets of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Go to ISUPK.com and pay your tires. That's right. You know what I'm saying? Also, on top of that, speaking of Passover weekend, you know what I'm saying? Friday, Passover weekend, the 3rd, you know what I'm saying? April 3rd, you know what I'm saying? You're going to have a black party. Make sure you square away your babysitting arrangements. The Commander General Yahanna, who you just seen, he has, you know what I'm saying, he has put this into the Passover feed, you know what I'm saying, against, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, what I would say, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, like him providing this, you know what I'm saying, service, you know what I'm saying, is a heavy thing, you know what I'm saying, there's a lot of kids that come out to the Passover, you know what I'm saying, and he will be covering, you know what I'm saying, your kids for the night of the black party. So you can come out, enjoy yourself, and your kids can be in a safe environment during the time where you're enjoying yourself. You know what I'm saying? Don't take that for granted. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you square away everything with your babysitting arrangements. You know what I'm saying? You can call myself. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully the brother can put the number into the chat. You know what I'm saying? You can get in touch with myself, Officer Yardon, with that. You know what I'm saying? That's all I got. So.
Man, get your done, man, being a brother to the nation. I don't think y'all understand the all black party is gonna go on all night.
Yeah,
we're gonna be dressed in all black, you know what I'm saying, looking like straight up gangsters. You know what I'm saying? In all black. Right. But with that being said, you know what I'm saying, your kids have to be watched.
That's right.
And the people who sign up, you know what I'm saying, sign up for their kids for the babysitting, those babysitters are going to be paid. So in times past, you've had to pay. This year, Commander Jenny Yahanna is fit to bill. So that means if 1,000 kids show up to this babysitting, you know what I'm saying, Commander Jenny Yahanna is fitting the bill for 1,000 kids.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So remember that. You know what I mean? Also, man, we want to give it up to my far right, Officer Iwalum. Anything, Iwalum?
Yeah, no announcements, but I would like to say, you know, it is that time of the year, Passover. A lot of brothers, we don't, it don't sink in until 3 days before Passover. Then you want to buckle down. Yeah, I mean, just go ahead, get it right now. And I've got a feeling like this year Passover is going to be off the chain. So yeah, man, I'm looking real forward to seeing my brothers and sisters down there.
That's right. Don't nothing beat the Passover. It is, without a shadow of a doubt, the greatest time of the year for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. Brothers and sisters who've been already, they know what I'm saying to be true. For those of you who have not been and you coming down, this your first year, get ready for the greatest show on earth. You know what I'm saying? Friday, we got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. That's 5 days. You know what I'm saying? A brother and sisterhood like something you could not believe. You know what I mean? So it's going down. All right. Also, I want to give it up, you know what I'm saying, to Officer newly officer of 5,000.
Yeah, right.
My yard is only right. You understand? Brother work extremely hard, you know what I'm saying, for this rank. You get a rank in the ISBK, it's not easy, man. I don't give a damn whether you an officer of 50 you work for. If you're an officer of 500 you work for. If you're an officer of 1,000 in the UBK, you work for. Boy, you work for it. But to be a 5,000, woo, you work for it. You know what I'm saying? This brother right here worked for it. And this brother, let me tell you something about my yard. This guy is a brother, man. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you need, you know, you can call on this brother. That's his best gift. Some brothers' best gift, you know what I'm saying, is getting on the internet, rocking out the internet.
Right.
We need it. Some brothers' best gift is teaching a class. Some brothers' best gift is being a brother. You know what I'm saying? Some brothers' best gift is getting on the mic and speaking at everybody got their own different gifts. This brother's best gift is being there when you need. Get my point? Just wanted to say that, man. Congratulations again on that rank raise. But with that being said, any announcements before we get out of here?
We'll go ahead. The water, sir, for that, sir.
Damn right.
You know what I mean? But
it's easy to speak the truth.
Hey, God.
Now, if it was a lie, I'd drop. I'd be stumbling and rumbling and everything else. It's easy to speak the truth about it.
God, sir. But yeah, so no matter where you at in the world, you know what I'm saying, go to isupk.com. I want you to go there, find the local class in your area and start attending class. Time is running out on you. You know what I'm saying? Things are tightening up in the world. We are an international organization. We are worldwide. It's not just some local thing. You know what I mean? ISUPK is all over the world. So go to isupk.com, get to them classes. We Monday through Friday, 7 to 9, no matter where you at. Then every Saturday, without doubt, all over the world, we have the Lord's Sabbath service.
Damn
you know what
right.
I'm saying?
Give it up.
Okay. We go through the scriptures. We give you the Lashwan Kodash, the holy tongue, the separate tongue, which is the ancient Hebrew, the Paleo, which is our original language. We give you the English translation. Then we give you a proper breakdown on those scriptures so you can know and learn your heritage, where you from, and get a picture of real Black history. You know what I mean?
Listen, I don't know why y'all posting that number on there for the babysitting with Officer Yahanna. Y'all know damn well Israel gonna wait until they get down at the Passover. Call for baby.
Hey, God, oh God.
Brother been promoted for about 6 months, you know what I'm saying? Call for babysit. Yeah, these brothers and sisters are gonna wait till they. I'm talking about the night before the Black Party. That morning. I just want to know if it was any more. You do this, man, 2 months ago. Israel, the baby said for free. Man, put in your bid now so we can get a good solid number on how many babysitters we gonna need.
Right.
Y'all gonna do a gold rush at the end.
Right.
Oh man. When you done, my yard?
Hey, I know what comes.
Man, give my yard a hand on that. Also, I want to give it up to this amazing technical team. Officer Ramawan, give him a hand. Officer Raj Karaj, give him a hand.
Do 1,000.
You understand? Officer Karyash in the building, give him a hand.
Right. Yeah.
You understand? Officer Kazawan, give him a hand. And if I could, man, we got to say big up to Officer Kazawan. You know what I mean? For these amazing new chairs we got up in there.
Hey, all right.
Man, we sitting good over this thing.
Nice and comfy.
Nice and comfy. You understand? Man, you know, that's brotherhood there. You know, give him a hand for that.
Right.
And also, we got Officer Marab. Marab is another special brother. He makes sure that this school was clean from top to bottom.
Damn right. Damn right.
But I'm about to get him to put something in my office that put a stinger on in the office on anything you touch in there. Go in there, touch your garbage. Anything you gonna touch my office gonna sting you. I'm telling you that. You gonna learn by going taking shit out my goddamn office. Over Hey man, with that, man, we done had a hell of a show. I'm Captain Mark Quad, under Commander Jimmy Yahanna.
That's right.
Another episode of Round Table Truth. Lord allow, we see you next week. Shalom.
That's right.